There is no relocating on this. Yeah, that's why I don't call it a house stuff. Recording in progress. I think it's this one, Sarah, because he started when he moved in.
What's up, John?
Frank's.
Don't touch it.
I guess the desk gets it in echo.
It was too close, I think, to.
Oh, shit.
Now you have to stick it in your shirt.
Not tonight, buddy, not tonight.
That might hurt.
It's gonna be a great meeting, guys. Y'all sit tight. Enjoy the show. All right.
You okay?
I'm live.
Setting up my mic.
And I'll come home and take care of you.
I appreciate you. No, it's not cool like that. I can't get jobs. I tell people, if you ever want to go somebody else, you list like, some people just list other people that you have to do SIT. Because, I mean, like, what I've had, like, people that are someone said, I would, yeah. I would come get you.
What's up, on that team? John, buddy, good to see you guys. It's gonna probably be a long one, good one. Be worth watching, I think. Hopefully the audio and the visual is good. What's up, Z? It will be a wild one though. Lot going down on the agenda tonight. All right, thanks, Huntington. Thanks, John. Yeah, we want accountability. That's right. We got a packed house here tonight too, guys. There's like no sitting room. It's like basically standing room only. Right? And they're still coming in. I don't know where John's lawman is. I haven't seen the law. I ain't seen the law either.
What's up, Z?
A lot of people coming in for the meeting tonight. Awesome
That's allowed.
Me first.
Fighting over the agenda, man. This is gonna be a good meeting.
Fight, girl fight, cat fight.
Mayor Pro Tem? Here. Ms. Adams? Here. Mr. Braha? Ms. Galvin? Here. Mr. Romero? Here. Mr. Thorne?
Here.
Mr. May?
Approval of the agenda, we've got some changes. Under reports, we're going to have a D added, we're going to talk about the audits. And then in the next set down below that, discussion of board and trustee behavior and code enforcement, we're not going to talk about them tonight.
Why not?
Who asked that?
I did. Why not?
We're not talking about tonight. I asked to have them removed because they really nothing to do with that we could discuss tonight.
Okay.
They'll come back up eventually.
I need a motion.
Make a motion to amend the agenda to add audits under 9 as a D and remove Board of Trustees behavior, code enforcement, and law enforcement.
Seconded. Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Ms. Adams? Yes. Mr. Braha?
Yes.
Ms. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
I got a couple of things that I want to bring up before I vote. We have been pushed to turn in the agenda items by last Thursday, and you posted an agenda on the 22nd, and then all of a sudden on the 24th, there's a new agenda, amended agenda. Who was the one who submitted the changes? The attorney position in 6 and 7.
I was asked to add executive session.
By whom?
Donna?
Does he have the authority to change the agenda?
And the attorney are going to have discussion with
I said yes.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
I can't hear. Can we speak a little bit clearer or a little bit louder, please? I can't hear all the way back here. And that would include from the lawyer too, because I can't hear over there.
They're having a little bit of trouble hearing you as well, but I have everything as high up on here as I can go. I can hear you pretty well, Sarah. They can hear Sarah pretty well, so if everybody can maybe try to talk a little louder, so you can hear.
Everybody? Okay. Approval of the regular meeting minutes for June 27, 2024. Motion when you're ready.
Motion to approve the minutes is read.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Brawley?
Yes.
Ms. Galvin?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Before we get into the next item, can I ask one more question? How come the minutes from the July 17th meeting?
Next item, discussion regarding attorney position.
So he's enough show too? I can step out and try to call him as well, and see if they can have any issues, because that's the reason everything.
He's not on the Zoom, guys. He's not, John.
I'd like to go into the
He's supposed to be.
session. While she's doing that, maybe she comes back for that attorney thing. No.
Executive session now, before.
While she's doing this,
I'm sorry.
well, Stephanie's checking into the attorney. So you want to,
Shouldn't take very long.
We have an executive session coming up, guys. We'll get with you then. But yeah, right now they're trying to call the lawyer, get him on the Zoom so they can fire him.
Somebody up here doesn't know his address.
Yeah, I didn't hear, so I wasn't sure what was listening. I'm so dead. He's gonna get on now, he did it when once the time, but you know.
Here he comes, guys. Here he comes. Here he comes. Fucking, he's fired. I don't recognize him. You're sharing out, guys. Share it out. The good stuff's just getting started. Tell all your friends about it.
Okay, Stephanie, what did you say about the attorney?
He didn't really say hi to the things that they walk it down.
He's way over there. He's way over on that computer. Only thing we can get him.
You know Mr. Butler? Can you see everybody?
I'd just like to go on record saying I object to Mr. Buckner being in any of our meetings.
Can you hear us?
He's on the agenda.
Can you hear us?
Do we get to find out how much he's been paid?
I know, how much.
Is that you do? Okay.
Okay.
That was something we could never get, thank you. He should be here in person.
We'd like to start the discussion.
Put it on there. Didn't he?
So they're on number 6, the discussion of the attorney position.
Okay, great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So I prepared a letter to read to the board tonight. Dear Board of Trustees, it is with regret that I state my formal resignation. While I have met every unfounded accusations from certain members of the board, which give me no choice but to resign my position as town attorney. The tone and plain language of the trustees' statements make clear that I will not be a respected or welcome member of the town staff moving forward. The trustees' tone is unnecessarily confrontational, dictatorial, and exceeds any executive authority the trustees' statements presupposes. The plain language of these accusations casts unmerited aspersions on my legal ethics and professionalism, and is tantamount to a unilateral termination, as no self-respecting professional could continue to work in such an accusatory and hostile environment. The statements made erroneously assume and allege many forms of misconduct, which I will not dignify with a response or defense. Going forward, please be advised that no trustee has the unilateral power to reprimand and or terminate an officer of the town. The town of Aguilar operates under a weak mayor system of government, where actions such as these accusations towards me and other staff are subject to approval by the majority of the governing body. In addition to these unfounded accusations, I have reviewed the previous DOT meeting and noticed many violations of the Colorado Opens Meeting Law that I have previously advised against. Regardless of any issues between town staff and the board, no staff member deserves to be treated as the Aguilar staff have been by the community and by their own trustees. And unless rectified, the board has shown they clearly don't deserve the staff's selfless service to this community. Further, the recent action in removing an officer without notice is a clear violation of the COML, as the board may not take formal action removing any officer without properly noticing the same and availing the officer of an option for a public hearing. Sadly, all of this was preventable, as I was prepared to continue proudly representing the town of Aguilar, remaining loyal to the town's mission, vision, and goals. This board needs to take a hard look at certain trustees' actions towards staff, treatment of employees and contractors, and what those actions represent regarding the future of your local governing body. It is these types of rogue actions that will create future liability for the town by promoting slander and defamation, unlawful termination, and Colorado Opens Meeting Law violation type lawsuits. Regardless of this board's trajectory, I will not lower my standards of integrity and respect for others by continuing to serve under trustees that show none. I stand by the work I've completed with and on behalf of Aguilar, It is with great displeasure and sadness that I'm not able to continue to support the town of Aguilar's current board. I hope certain remaining trustees have the courage to ensure their voice is heard and make their vote count by opposing disrespectful, autocratic, and vulgar behavior, and by doing what is best for Aguilar using truth and reason. Finally, I implore the board to see the folly in treating town officers or anyone the way that I and others have been treated. Aguilar is better and deserves better than this. Please believe I have truly no ill intentions in tendering this resignation, as is my practice. My sole intent is to be candid and direct in my communication and advice with the DOT, and I do wish you all Godspeed.
Cackamamie.
I second that. Thank you, Mr. Buckner. I appreciate all your help.
Thank you all. If you guys need help in the future with the different makeup of the board,
I'm not going anywhere.
The lies can't be covered. Did he really just threaten to sue the town if we progress with anything towards Tyra and Mayor, who have both done
That's
things
coming
to
up.
me
It
and my
really is.
husband?
It's coming up.
Thank you. Truth. You want truth?
Well, he plays the victim very well. We see where Tyra got it.
Can I ask a question? Did he resign because he is her, private attorney? Or
Or because he's under investigation now as well?
or just because he knows he's not?
I don't know the answer, I don't think any of us knows the answer to that question. I just, I did look at what we paid him. We paid him a total of $7,000 over the last year.
To fight the First Amendment rights.
Yeah, to harass her.
And what was accomplished?
I don't
Splitting the
know,
town.
I didn't see the invoices, I just got the total check. So, I'm sure to attend meetings, to write up any new ordinances that happened over the last year,
I would certainly ask for anything, any documents that he has.
Yes.
Yeah, to return the town's documents.
From day
We're going to
one.
move on. I'd like to go into executive session under CRS section 24-6, that's 402.
Mr. Bogdato, this is CFA Construction. Do we have a moment with the trustees before you go into executive session, please?
I'm sorry.
CFA Construction, we would like to speak publicly to the trustees before you go into executive session. Is that possible? Is it allowed?
Yes, it's possible. Yes, maybe.
It's kind of important.
It pertains to it, I think. That would be important to hear for.
Pertains to what?
You owe me $700,000. It's pretty simple.
Oh, my goodness. I'd like to hear what he has to say. We'd all like to hear what he has to say, wouldn't you, Vernon?
Well, we know he hasn't been paid.
I don't know.
$700,000, yeah.
I'm not here
$700,000 is
to
a lot of money. Just because.
cause commotion like regarding that. We just want the trustees to know where we stand and what's going to take place on Monday.
I hear now.
Sir, could you please stand and let us know?
We'd like to know.
I got to ask if I can.
I don't know why we're going into executive session under this anyway. I believe it, transparency needs to be happening anyway on all of this.
Considering the past, I think transparency is good. Sunshine on everything.
Thank you, sir, for speaking.
Get it.
Is there another attorney on that?
No, he's gone.
Sweet with
Yeah, the water attorney.
Water attorney.
Yeah.
He's your attorney, right? Correct. Water.
What was your name again, sir?
I'm Baxter Kirkland, the president of CFD Incorporated.
Thank you, sir.
And
So-
you're the contractor?
That's correct.
Okay.
You didn't know that?
Well,
CFD, you owe $700,000 a month?
I've been on for 3 weeks.
Oh,
She's new.
You're new.
She's on it.
So unfortunately, we're sympathetic with your issues. We have to follow along with some of the things. I don't know what's fact, fiction, or what. However, we entered into a contract late with you guys, had trouble getting this under contract, pushed us into the winter. We experienced additional expenses, we never passed for those additional expenses. We ended up doing half again more earthwork than we were supposed to do. We delivered the project on a weekly basis. Your water attorney weekly stressed the requirement that you guys were able to take on water. We finished the project. It's my understanding your engineering firm quit the last week of construction, or what, I don't know exactly what it's called, quit or resign. So for that, I don't know what the trustees know. Mr. Daniels has been direct correspondent with my council. We had a budget meeting day before yesterday in my office. Our year end is coming up. We budgeted a large amount of money. We are gonna sue the County Aguilar, SGM, Tyra, Ken Torres, and that's gonna happen Monday afternoon. So we've given everybody every opportunity to get us paid. That's a significant amount of money, and a lot of this work was done in February. And here it is, late July, and I've not been paid. My patience are running thin. I kind of look the other way here, but I'm at the end. We're gonna have to take.
I didn't hear your name.
I'm Baxter Kirkland.
Mr. Kirkland.
Yeah, my father built a sewage plant with a plaque on the wall, and actually I painted the damn building. I am, pretty close community here. And I'm very upset that I'm being treated this way.
Great.
We are too.
We are too.
Meanwhile, you got attorneys and consultants that get paid to sit here and drag this out. I don't know about the money situation. I don't know why you can't pay us. Well, my understanding is you're under federal investigation now. That's what our understanding is. So we just want to bring it to your attention. That's what's going to happen. And unfortunately, the 700 is going to be a lot bigger number when this is over. So.
What's your numbers?
700.
Well, you owe us 700-some thousand right now. By the time we go through the courts, might as well just double it. You're gonna lose. You're under contract.
Okay, so I'm looking at the May statement. So on May 3rd, I see a payment going out of $682,000 to CFA. Did you receive that?
I don't know. Probably, if it says it went out. You owe us, in addition to that, you owe us $700,000. That's another thing. You guys budgeted $6 million for this project. I built it for $3,018,000. You have a grant and a loan for $6 million, and I built it for $3,018,000.
Yep.
And then there's 3 million left on
That's enough set for
And
me.
then I see another payment going out of $758,000 on April 10th.
Probably. You're only paid up to about $2 million something. You owe $700,000.
I'm just trying to confirm that you've received.
Well, I
these
wouldn't know
payments.
that month to month days. I'd have watched. I know where you stand right now. You owe us $700,000. Your attorney has agreed that you owe it? We have it on record from your attorney. In writing.
I'm just
We have it
trying-
on record
I'm
from the
trying to
engineering firm.
gather
that-
information,
Well,
sir.
I'm sorry you've only been here 3 weeks. We have from your council, from your engineer, that we completed the job, accolades that we did a great job, and that you owe the money, but I've been paid.
No, I mean, obviously, we owe you money, I'm just trying to, like I said, get my
Maybe you
feet
can get
wet
that,
here.
maybe you get that in executive session. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Sorry, guys. Shoot.
Now we know where the 3 million's going.
Why can't millions just come falling to mine? Just half a million.
We've been telling people for a long time. Wrong time, my guys. Crowd's my fault.
So should we not put this off until we get the attorney?
Which is what he said.
I didn't hear you.
I was saying that our town attorney just quit. Our town attorney just quit, and this is supposed to be a discussion over contracts, and we don't have an attorney representing us. So why don't we put this off until we have someone that's going to represent us?
Because that could be forever.
What about the water attorney?
That your water attorney's here.
He's only doing one side of it.
Not the town, but if the attorney comes in, I'm also listening. It becomes a conflict of interest.
Oh, if we're gonna go into executive, somebody call it, let's keep this going.
A lot of the, even the board members, we don't have much of.
Sorry.
You'll need to settle that back.
Whoa,
Hear me
whoa.
out? Sorry. Sorry. It's attached.
Can I get that on the record?
We had also asked for a monthly report on the augmentation fund to keep us up to date, and with all the turmoil, it looks like we didn't get that. So what good are we going to do in the executive session?
I think we have some issues we do want to talk about with the water attorney.
Okay.
And it shouldn't take long, but let's go into executive session.
It's in a quarter.
This guy he was the manager of the CFA. The president. He's the owner. And the owner's coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm, questioning, it's not like he hasn't been paid at all, I mean, obviously, we still owe him a lot of money, but, he couldn't even, confirm that we've received, over 1.3 million on the two payments I saw.
That was the thing he said though, was that, look, this is how much was, he said the numbers, he said the 6 million, you did it for 3.3 million, 1.8, whatever the hell it was, and then stated that the balance due to them has still not been paid, and that's the problem, is that he's been waiting months and months and months for that last,
I understand.
he's not disputing some of it, he's just disputing
Believe me, I
that
mean,
part.
if you guys have seen what I've seen in the last 2 weeks.
I've seen it, you've seen a lot, and that's why we wanted you.
The money goes through, we don't get it all at one time. It goes
Yes.
through a process of approval
Right.
upon completion of things. And I'm sure you've seen those emails online, so.
Yeah.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to enter into executive session.
I'll second it, let's just keep going.
She said,
Time to go smoke weed.
Lee, you crashed the party, Lee. What the hell? You crashed the party. As soon as you showed up.
I couldn't hear it.
All right. It won't take long though. They'll be right back at it.
I changed your diaper voice. I said you. Okay? I even have pictures of it.
Plus, yeah.
Especially with that one on.
We got a lot of money missing. What's up, Kenny? We're gonna head out, do an executive session.
Where's Donald?
He didn't make it, man. Maybe his belly hurts.
Yeah. The oldest.
Maybe his belly hurts a little bit.
Miss Sassy Press.
She got a baseball game tonight. They're doing, slow pitch up there.
What's going on? What up? Nobody's here. Oh shit. Esmeralda.
I got a booth for Tiffany.
There she is.
She's gonna make a trip on that.
Yep. We're out here, guys. This session ain't gonna take long. So.
And you didn't get any worse.
Let me bring you over here so you can say hi to you people. Oh, excuse me, can you stand there? There it is. Tell them about it.
Y'all keep talking about lawsuits, but if they all hit the town at the same time, there ain't gonna be no fucking town left.
They need to get rid of the problems that's causing the lawsuits.
What's up?
I hope Robert is hurt. He still don't have gas on.
That's Robert's house.
My other half, yeah, that's not the only one the guy who
What up? You guys hearing pretty good? It's alright? Pretty decent. Everybody's chilling. Yeah, fuck him. He's a bitch, huh? I'm done. My feelings are hurt.
until I got the stuff he told me to get, and now it's like, I can't see him, but it's too late. Oh, wow. Well, my root's still there, so I'm not doing it. That's my problem. You know what? Take that back. And you did right. Right? Train wreck. And they like me. She's got some beautiful stuff. My granddaughter, my granddaughter, and next meeting, and they I think now we're golden seal yesterday. And I wasn't in an area where I could look at my phone, I didn't even just look what I could do. But I left it enough to oh, yeah, yeah. Take it.
My big son cousin, Emily, this called the flowers. Oh, wow, shit. Is the flowers only that big?
Right there, by my dad, all day like and they got hired. Well, I gathered all the seeds, and all the seeds here, and he looked, got something. My grandson is having the same so that would mean I have 4 boys and 1 Stop! She should have had you spayed and neutered, dang it. She wanted to do that to the dogs. I quit breathing like a dog. Don't you realize they do this? They like to show their populated. They didn't like it. You're getting pregnant. That's because I had you had more sense, you had to close the door. She probably had 12 kids. I know mine did. My ex lot of babies. The whole thing hangs. You know where the fern fly is, this second. I make all the work in the world, so there's nobody else left. That's me. You know? So they all just...
John, you're crazy. Jason, what's up, buddy? What are you doing in Good Citizens chat? You're too famous for this chat, bro. Huntington Township, what's up, buddy? Fucking Jason, goddamn. What'd you call me? I don't think anybody's left. Look at all this traffic. This is the most traffic I've seen on Main Street since Aguilar Day. Having a beer is what Jason is doing. Having a beer? A beer. John, I think you're underestimating Jason over there. A beer is not even an appetizer for that man. That right there, the woman there standing or leaning up against the arch, that's Ruth. She's from the World Journal out here. Oh, John, I just hope I got better audio than they did on the Facebook. And I'm just saying, like, he knows how to play the victim well, doesn't he, John? I mean, everything that he tried, everything that they've tried has failed, and he still came out with all that. Right is a keg. Ruth, Jason and John say hi.
Working hard or hardly working?
Both. Jason's hard at work on a keg, and John's hardly working right now.
Yeah, so she does. She helps me.
She's not used to that. Look at her all blushing with a smile now. Aw, look at you guys making Ruth blush. Yeah, you're always working. Sorry, I messed that up, John. You're always working. That guy right there with his arms crossed there in the black shirt, he wants to be the new mayor of Aguilar. I don't know how much Good Citizen has told y'all or whatever. I'm doing my thing. I'm waiting. Good Citizen is over there talking to a very influential person. So the person that he's talking to actually built and owns the Mercantile, the Ace Hardware, and there's a new feed store coming up here into town. So he's the gentleman that's trying to put this town back on its feet by bringing business in. So very good man right there. Does a lot of good for this town. Creates jobs for the people here, which there's not too many jobs. I know. I've applied. I know, John, right? Hell yeah. Well, no, I mean, for the town, yeah. Oh yeah, for the town you might. Again, I put in my application. I was supposed to be on tonight's agenda, was never put on tonight's agenda, but I think we can see why I wasn't put on tonight's agenda. Again, recap, one of the other maintenance guys, he quit. Rumor mill is because he wasn't sure if he was going to get another paycheck. So there's a lot of controversy going on with their finances right now and payroll and everything like that.
I never say that.
Them, that's you people. Huntington, closest towns is Trinidad or Walsenburg. Those are the main towns. There is a couple of smaller towns, but technically they're not towns anymore. Like there's a town called Golnair, but technically it's not a town anymore. They don't have a post office or anything like that. And technically Aguilar has jurisdiction over Golnair. But they only go by their town limits, which is not very big. And within town limits, it's only about a population right now of about 475 people. Right? I thought your wife did all your jobs for you. I mean, I see her do everything else for you except for drink your beer.
But it's amazing. Like my first
Oh no, I'm not a good citizen. I'm you people. Right? No.
They called me. Hey, the meeting's over here. Come on.
Shh, no, there's police over there. We're in executive session.
He doesn't like me. Every time he sees me, he's looking around.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. One little UV right there. They're coming late to the meeting, aren't they? Why are they coming late to the meeting, Joe?
They short-staffed, and they said they'd be here at 7.
Oh.
My only concern is like if it keeps coming that way, is if it's backing up at my line because it's bouncing, is it causing other crap to back up along the way? Because if it's that T where I think it is, I'll screw up Donna too here soon. Won't it? No, just me.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to put 2 on one tap.
Okay.
So she has her own. Everybody there has their own.
Sorry. They stopped at your house. They know.
Ooh, Derek.
Oh man. Police finally arrive on the scene. Apparently they're short-handed. I don't see why they're doing so good. They had a nice little, their department was doing pretty well. The blonde lady in front of me with the blue jeans, that's David Gully's wife.
So hey, so if I give you a backhoe, you can dig my stripper?
She's taking John.
We know where it is. When you fixed it on my side, it's like, all the way down. They just That's what I'm telling you.
David is funny.
That's what I'm saying. It's worth more
Robert.
than L. It's worth more than L.
What are you doing? I'm gonna leave you guys for a minute. You guys can stare there, but I'm gonna go talk with Robert. He's stuck across the street all by himself, man.
And apparently I just get through a car right without making sure you're I was I woke up the next morning and I drove out there making like, did you see what happened? Oh, I heard nothing. I put on about 3 or 4 kilos. Put in my road. So I do the roll-off trucks. Every now and then I'll do the jack trucks. I don't particularly care about it. But it's like, I go home, I'm usually asleep. I do like maybe 12, sometimes 14. I went to camp this morning and went all the way to camp, went 20 miles from camp, came back and went to Bunny. Oh, yeah. That's what I like doing. They let me work by myself. I can't see the trouble. And they always have a roll off, so whatever. So,
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
What's up, Paul? Good to see you, bro. I'm just talking to my Uncle Bob down there, hanging out. We should be starting back up anytime. I see the sheriff's here now. Ghost. So we got two sheriffs here. Here comes one right here. We got one over here. Here he comes up. Wow.
You didn't tell these people sitting in the middle of the road and that's an issue. You doing good? How you been? Staying out of trouble?
Here it is.
How you doing? Oh, yeah? Just started, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, anytime, man. Anytime now. Shit. It was supposed to be short. Like, not much to talk about, but I guess they found something.
Yeah, she pulled it just right.
It's gonna be a long meeting, bro.
Yeah. Oh, you missed it. There, a guy came in here all pissed off. They owe him $700,000.
And nobody even knew who the fuck he was. And he was That's a slap in the face, dude. It really kind of is.
And apparently his grandfather built the sewer pond out here and helped paint this building when he was a kid. So he's like, I've got ties here. I'm pissed.
Crazy.
So they're not sticking around? It's just you tonight? Oh no. Oh
Is he
shit.
is he on the call?
To say, break out the taser, bro. It's been an exciting meeting.
I don't
Hopefully
know.
not.
Because I heard you guys got called to the other side of town over here,
Yeah,
so
so he's gonna go check on that.
I think they just wanted to get your shit back.
Those ones?
Sound like, yeah, they just
Yeah.
want their shit back.
Well, I was reading the notes, that's what it looked like.
It's like, I wouldn't have done that to those two.
I haven't been here a lot lately. Has it been good here?
Dude, honestly, I've been gone a lot too.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, it never ends.
I've been on nights, right? I don't want to jinx myself. I don't think I've had any calls.
I met Vladi the other day, or
Oh,
Vladi
yeah?
met me the other day, however you want to say that. Dude, I was further than here your vehicle away, and he's trying to tell me back up. So fuck you, give me your card. Back up, I'll give you my card. I said, don't work like that. Give me your card, and then maybe I'll back up. He's like, back up, and then I'll talk to you. I said, I don't want to fucking talk to you. You're the one trying to talk to me. He says, give me the card, and I'm telling you, I'll back up. I said, give your supervisor. I am the supervisor. I said, oh, let's see about that, motherfucker. And then I chased him around all night, dude. Fucking, by the end of the night, he was over it.
I just gotta remember what's my problem. I'm so tired.
Yeah, it happens, man. You guys getting any new guys, or?
I don't think I got no one new coming.
See, Walsenburg got like 3 or 4.
What about this place? Any prospects, Marshall?
You people's been had an application in here, dude. It's got to be just the right person.
Yeah.
And it's going to change real soon. And then also, too, they want them to be code enforcement as well. Dual position. So, but yeah, like, he can get post-certified. There's no reason. And in that position, like, I've read the contract. It's observe and report for the most part.
Yeah.
It's not like he's doing any detaining. There's no places to detain. There's no if it is a detainment, it's a short detainment until you guys alleviate them. You know, like that. It seems easy enough, but they have to pick just the right person. Like, they wanted that old guy to come back to add all those charges on him and shit, dude. Like, what the fuck? Millions of dollars missing right now. I mean, now they know it. It's finally made it. Ruth from the World Journal, she's helped out a lot, man, to get the word out there. And I think Tara's gone since last time you're here. Looks like she's finally, we'll know tonight in the meeting for sure. The mayor didn't show up again, I'm pretty sure. Gerald's running the meeting, it's going well. Like, oh my gosh. This is just so, you wouldn't believe this is just a little 500 people town, man, with all this shit. Oh. But at least it is a beautiful day, though.
It is, yes.
The last meeting, it felt like 120 degrees in there. That's just talking with train coastal there. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah, where are they at? Where is the mayor? Where's Mr. Mayor? Where's Tyra? You know? We got them packed in here tonight, Paul. We landed all the way down. So it's all right.
My mom loves this film.
It shouldn't be that long. I think any time now they should be kicking it back in. So.
My pain's real bad. I gotta go.
Okay.
I can't take it. I've gotta go do a million dabs.
I hear you.
So happy birthday, Pixie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You have a great night. It was good seeing you.
Go away. Thank God you're here.
We're this close. So close. All right. Well, you know how to get in touch with me.
Okay. Exactly.
All right. Later, Kenny. Kenny. Ken.
Staying with us every other week, and he knew that.
All right. So yeah. What a dude.
Millions missing. Yeah.
Oh, I am definitely gonna ask you. Hello.
I thought this was gonna be like a short deal.
Yeah.
But it's like there wasn't. They didn't even think they had enough to talk about. It turned into this already.
And we love what you're doing with your place. Well, Stephanie just said she wished she could see that. My husband was thrilled because that's what he does.
All I wanted to do, I want to stand up. Like, so several years ago, the town transitioned from comp time to overtime. I was to be paid off. I had like $1,000. I got a check for like, I'm trying to spend so I brought the stand.
It's worth it because then he's not driving a Wilson
And gas tire.
for gas, and he needs it because his
Joe,
truck's the first responder short for all the EMT stuff, so we're all.
I think I deserve the apology.
And the rest. Yeah.
The damn building is, I know they told me. One, I don't think.
And I'm sorry, I'm being rude sitting, I'm just.
Make that list.
It's been a long 10 days.
It's the principle of the fact that they spend it. Spend it. You know? If you're gonna steal money from them, I just blow on something.
Oh, she's spent.
It was ours, the money back.
She is amazing.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then,
That's I deserve it, yeah.
but I think
I got it back. I got it.
I just feel.
The bears, the beat, I'm saying.
So I
But you know, the thing is too, is that you've come out of this better. And I don't have, you're right,
We lived in Tidewater, I lived in Kingsley, Richmond,
No.
Norfolk, and
No,
I
you know,
did
I
a
don't
lot.
mind getting this company working in that because they pay me. Every Friday. They switched it from once or from every other week to every week. Cool. I go in there and I'm like, electronic chip, right there on the bank account. They don't mess it. They don't mess up. It's on time every time, guaranteed. And I'm like, thank you. You good to run next week? Yeah, I'll be tired and crazy, but the way I like coffee shop is pretty much financed by it's going to be a first viral. Just, you can drive in there and one morning I'll wait with coffee.
Oh, no, but
Tapatio, it's good to see you,
I'm
brother.
glad I got to see New York.
The executive session right now. I'm waiting for the meeting to start back up, guys.
A corporate thing that I got to go on.
Should be shortly.
All the top.
Beautiful day out.
Yeah, but it was before.
Beautiful day.
Started going back.
Aguilar, Colorado. A lot happening with tonight's meeting. Big agenda. We're just getting fired up, even though we're an hour and 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
I found out it's the CPS we got to do one of the screenings.
I should have brought a pillow.
I still gotta go back, finish packing.
I'm a firefighter now. I'm not afraid to sleep on the ground.
Dude, there's a bunch of cops. They're all going.
90% of the stuff.
Well, maybe this one's coming here. There's at least 4 units.
Oh, I turned on my radio. I could have heard what they were. I could have heard what they were responsible.
We got at least 4 units in town right now, guys.
Oh, yes, I do.
Here comes another.
When I was born in Wayne.
Bring it on, man. Because
Only one turn.
That's a trip. That's tough.
I didn't think it was going to work. I was like, wait. All they have to do is see the flash.
I will tell you, since January, I have not been in. I have that. Skeeter syndrome.
Not asking. Not seeing what you have. Just go down by that.
I wish they could go behind our houses and
So,
where do you go? You buried us.
when I first started spraying,
You won't go near their house. No.
Oh, here comes another unit.
And I almost.
You kept it on.
That's what my mom said. So my mom said is, was that? There was money in the
Did you get a scarf? Yeah, you gotta say We're not allowed.
Yeah, you'd think they'd do it near the end, Huntington. Or like, you know, at the very end would be best. Huh. But they're just disrespectful to us, you know. That's all that is, just disrespectful to us.
No, 50 million, 50 million comedians out of work, out of town. We got one here in Iowa.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they could write it into the agenda in place. Here come another sheriff. This one's a white unit.
One for the paper.
I told her I could take my phone out and then post it where he pretended he was writing in there. I'm not.
I was home feeling ill, so I couldn't hear it on my phone. I said, I gotta get it.
Okay, well.
It'll be good tonight, man.
I forgot I had my
I'm gonna go knock on the door and tell him
I could transfer the sound over to my.
You didn't miss too much other than that guy coming in and saying, hey, I want my $750,000.
That's what I heard. I said, is this getting interesting? I gotta go.
He wanted his money. Yeah, there's a lot more interesting stuff to come tonight, so it's gonna be a wild one.
It's gonna be a long night before the executive meeting.
Stupid.
Huh?
Stupid should be over in time now. It wasn't supposed to be long.
Oh no.
It's just a short session.
No. Somebody's looking at it today.
Have a good one, Bob.
You can get 23,000. I said, not in this town.
35.
Because I know somebody in Texas that might be interested. I said, make the phone call.
Check my bills up. My bills up. That's what got my bills up, and now I'm like, okay, I got my bills up.
3,000. 55? Oh,
Are you
no.
going to see
About $900. And now you're paying 45, 50,000.
So, like,
Let's go over here, other side. Take a look. Come another cup. Anytime, man, they should walk out those doors. Tell us, come on in. Cop. So it's 4 units in town for sure right now. Showed up late if they're here for the meeting.
have like 2 or 3 things on their executive session. So sometimes it takes an hour. At least when you have that one thing. It should have been like 15 minutes.
Charlie Giuliano, not just sure.
Feeling okay? Yeah, I'm good. I got some rest during here.
We're looking for tequila. Tequila keeps dodging them, bro. Another cop. All right, guys, it's back in session. Take friends. Here we go. Back in business. We're back in business. Here we go, here we go. Vern.
That's the issue.
Oh, Ken, he's getting sued. Sorry about that, guy. Yeah, oh, Ken Torres. He's getting sued. We just missed the cop watch, guys.
No, I just wanted to make sure they didn't take off my battery thinking it was like a recording device. Because I left it in here.
And everything's on it.
Alright. Got 14 in here hanging out. Here's what the room's looking like right now. Everybody's coming back in. Yeah, for a minute. Here's what we're looking at here, guys.
And then it just,
Sorry about Bob. People's going. He's got his static.
what they.
He'll be uploading as we go with some good audio and video for the record. Okay.
We've been having those weather, the Vikings don't even come out before 9 o'clock. I'm like, oh, I don't have problems. My first time was yesterday. And we got the hive put back together. And then they tried to talk about it. Yeah, he knows the one go down. We always thought what it is, it's a little mini box with five frames of honey, pollen every day. You just basically put it in there, it's like hive puts it under, and fill it up with the rest of it.
Notified me.
I bought a package.
Just notified you in my life? 5 hours
I got the already, you know, and so.
What's up, Kansas? Good to see you.
And we'll talk.
It's gonna be a wild meeting. We got a lot going on here tonight. It was a pretty wild start. I mean, the guy wanted $700,000. I don't really blame him. So, mayor didn't show up, so we got a pro tem up there instead. I'm sure, I mean, they're streaming on Facebook if you guys prefer not being able to hear over there. So far, everybody's been saying the audio is okay over here. Still not.
You did the same thing? It's a learning experience.
Definitely filling up.
This is about as far open as my head.
Guys, if we can take that button or sign down. Can we take the Butner sign down now? Old butt schmear. You take that shit down yet? Right there, can you see it now? Because I don't think she's the down return. Just saying. Sorry guys, we got a hum going on. They don't know what they're doing.
Time is now 7:30, and the executive session has been concluded. The participants in the executive session were Robert Romero, Angela Adams, Monica Governor, Sarah Forrest, your Guardian Mayor Pro Tem, Frank Ramos, Vern Thorne, and Ken. Yeah, Ken Torres.
And the attorney.
And Jerry McDaniel. For the record, if any person or participant in the executive session believes that any substantial discussion of any matters not included in the motion to go into executive session, or that any improper action occurred during the executive session is violation of the open, state your concern for the record. Seeing none, the next agenda item is Karen Arrowwood, Friends of Aguilar.
I'm Karen. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
We'll get you on behalf of Karen, she's not really well today, so she asked me to help her out. So, name is Donna.
Donna Rodriguez, and I'm a member of the Friends of Aguilar, third year. And first thing I'd like to do is thank the board to come aboard for your past work with the Aguilar Day, your future work, and hopefully we'll be able to help us out this year. And I also want to thank Joe for the work that he's done at the park. We have open bathrooms. We're getting a very ugly tree gone. And we're getting some work done on the tables and the water fountain. So that is a big plus, because when people come here, they're gonna see fix things, and they're gonna know that we do have pride in our community. First thing Karen wanted me to tell you is that everything is going great. We've got a lot of things lined up. Of course, there's gonna be stuff happening that day of, but we're not worried about it. We think that everything is going to be taken care of. We're getting more and more people every day saying, hey, I want to help, or can you use some help? And that's exactly what we need right now. The part that I'm going to ask of you is through an email I got from Sergeant Brugel of the Fort Carson Marching Band. They're going to be our parade participants for the first year. And they asked us if we would invite the town council, the town officials, to stand in front of this building as the band goes marching by so they can salute you. And I thought that was a big honor just to be asked to do that for a military group. So that's our request, is that if you have time that morning, the parade starts at 10 o'clock. And depending on how big it is, they may come by here 10:20, and if you want to just stand out there and let these people salute you, that would be fantastic. Okay, there's still plenty to do, and I invite everyone, not only of the board, but I invite everyone in the community to help. This is your day as much as it is anyone's. This is our town showing that we have pride in it, that we think that there is a good reason to have an Aguilar festival. So I invite you all to help any way you can. Yes.
So the nasty rumor that's going around that's not gonna happen is just,
That
that
is
is a rumor?
bunk.
Okay.
No rumor. It is happening, and if it wasn't happening, we're gonna hold it anyway. Okay. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Let's see. We want to put the best Aguilar Day Festival ever. We need help the day of to make sure that everything runs as smoothly as possible. And finally, I would like to challenge everybody to participate in the parade. Put your car in. Write something cool on the side of it. Let your kids hang out the windows. Or, do balloons. But we need a big parade just to show everybody that, yeah, we matter.
If it helps any, I do have some information from the fire department. Because
Wonderful.
there's gonna be several things, and we're also gonna be, because we can't throw stuff, we're gonna be handing otter pops and bracelets to the kids. So we're gonna have people walking and engines, so we'll have both to help with
That's
that.
fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Donna.
I appreciate what all of you are doing. Yes, sir.
Question for you. Did someone go out and request to let people know not to bring dogs onto the park that day?
Carrie would know about that, but if she doesn't, I will tell her.
Somebody had mentioned that to me.
Right, I know what you're talking about, and I'll express that to her. We have a meeting on Saturday at 2 o'clock at the community center. If anyone wants to come and see what we're doing, if you want to say, hey, I want to help, that would be the way to do it, so you can know what you're doing. But yeah, that's a good point. Thank you, Bob.
Won't control all the loose dogs, but, yeah, other people can.
Sure. Okay, any other questions or concerns?
Good to see you guys.
Did they need help with the tree? The fire department, they didn't know. Oh, the fire department said if you guys need help with getting the tree down, because we have actual loggers, we have all the equipment in the chaps and everything, if you need help getting the tree down, we thought, if you need help so that residents who need wood for winter can come take it when we're done.
Well, I know we are getting that Christmas tree out Monday.
Yeah.
So that's a
Mr.
big
Amazing.
day,
Later, Jim.
because it's ugly.
Stick around.
Okay, so you don't-
It's just
you guys
getting
don't need
started, guys.
I don't know.
We're still just on public comment. It's gonna be an
Yeah,
interesting
we're talking
agenda.
about the Widowmakers and stuff, so.
The big one up by the library?
The big one.
Yeah, talk to Joe about it,
I
I
have
suppose.
not know anything about it, so any help would be welcome.
I know she was concerned, she was very concerned about the branches falling and things like that, so we thought, that might be something we could help with.
That'd be wonderful.
All right, I'll give it to you after meeting, then if you can, and we'll find out what's the best time for you, because we have some flexibility.
She's on the agenda still. So yeah, just hang out.
I just want to let the board know that Karen did come
It's
in
gonna
last
be
week and was
a lot
asking
going on.
if anybody had ever approved her $50 donation, and she was gonna bring it up tonight.
Okay, so, thank you. She asked me to bring that up and asked you for a $50 donation towards this project. But we talked about it a little bit and that said, I think this town needs every penny it has right now. And so we don't need your donation of money. We just need you to approve of what we're doing and help out and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. She's working on the map now, so she should have something by Saturday.
Shelby?
Thank you, Donna.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, still just public comment, guys.
Only had a few things that I wanted to go over. One was the offer of the department cutting down, since we've got everybody, we've got all the equipment, so might as well put them all to work and get that down. So I'll get with Joe with that, we'll do that. The second one was the hydrant project, because that's another thing that takes a lot of time for utility. What can we do, because that's the fire department needs nothing from town, but what we do need is to know what hydrants are working and what ones aren't, so that they are prepared. They're always prepared with their trucks, just so everybody's, so nobody's worried. Your fire department always comes with trucks ready to go, and everybody's ready to put water on whatever's going on. But it makes their job more difficult when they don't know what to expect with those hydrants in town, and there's a lot of problems. If we've got a couple different people that have had that experience with testing the hydrants, would they be able to get with Joe and work with him again, trying to find some time where we might be able to go through the whole town so that we have it mapped out what's working and what's not? Or is there a set yet?
Well, I've already got about half the town done.
Okay.
So, and I do have marked which ones are not working. There is only one so far.
Okay. And, yeah, and I'll get with you with that if that's okay, and we can, whatever we can do to help facilitate that, so that it will take some of the pressure off of everything else that you've got to do.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, the last thing I had are the two people who aren't here. Behavior of specifically Tyra and Mary. Donald shoved me in front of two cops right here in the middle of the room once, didn't make a big deal about it. But the threats, the lies, everybody knows what Tyra did now concerning Ruth, my husband, and other first responders who did not do anything wrong except say, yes, gas leaks are dangerous. So what was her response? She called every captain that she could in southern Colorado to try and get my husband fired for talking to the press about that. She lied though. She wasn't just an angry, someone working, trying to protect their town from bad gossip. No, this was a employee lying about how my husband responded. He's a professional. Yes, he's a volunteer, but he's a professional. He came in full gear. He went and got an engine. She lied to his bosses and said he showed up in his POV, wasn't ready, he was just wandering around. There's video from these gentlemen. There's other people in this room who saw him show up. There's people standing outside right now who saw my husband show up on scene. And the first responders, some of the cops that are here, probably heard about the same story too. There were 3 of them there, and they were on scene. Their body can prove that my husband showed up as he's supposed to, as any volunteer firefighter would. Why would she lie to get him fired and go through such lengths to get him fired? I'm not even going to talk about the threats that were made against me, because those are just ridiculous. But the next time I have someone on this board or in this office threatening to deep six me in my totes lake, we're going to talk. And it's going to be with lawyers, and it's going to be with cops. I'm done with this shit. This cannot continue. This is unprofessional behavior, and it's got to stop. I want to know what's going to be done about Tyra. is there going to be a reprimand of any kind? Or are we gonna have to proceed like everybody else with lawsuits every time that they do something that is illegal?
It's coming, it's on the agenda.
When? Because I heard that last month.
Tonight.
All right, thank you very much, that was it.
And I had something to finish her. According to ordinance 284, whenever the mayor or the mayor pro tem hears complaints about anyone on board, the mayor or the mayor pro tem, and then the employees, the mayor or the mayor pro tem is supposed to investigate the allegations.
Supposed to what?
Investigate the allegations.
And then come up with some kind of plan to either discipline them or talk to them or whatever. Do you know if any of that was done?
Not that I know of.
And that's the problem, is that she keeps getting away with it, and it keeps escalating. Do you know how many other volunteers she's chased out of town? Would you like that number? Because there's been other volunteer first responders that she has done the same thing to, and they have not come back to help. We can't afford to lose people. We need volunteers in this town. We need people who care. We need to stop chasing them off.
Read this. Okay, utility report?
Happy birthday, Joe.
Thank you. Well, you guys know I'm back to working by myself.
What do you mean by that?
I don't have any more help.
What's Kenneth do?
He quit.
What?
Yep, he quit, yesterday. And I'll tell you what. Here, why don't you read it? You wrote out a letter.
Do we get to know?
We might not.
Oh, yeah, it's in there, so that I'm the other one.
Can't keep employees here. Appreciate your job, potatoes.
No.
No shit, right, Paul? Maybe they just read slow.
Did you read that? Do you agree with it? That it's the board's fault and the media's fault that
It got better there the last week or two, but that poor kid couldn't.
I thought the micromanaging thing was over.
That's what I thought too, but
You know what?
it wasn't pointing, it's not pointing at you right now, Bert. It's not pointing at you, not pointing at Gerald or this app. I mean, when you got one board member that can come in.
We set up a committee trying to help the maintenance.
Right.
And it wasn't intended for micromanaging.
It had nothing to do with the committee.
It was
We had
intended
it.
for like helping you get schedules going. A couple of us had experience in
What's
this
that big at?
as supervisors, and you came into a job that you really weren't qualified for. There's a big difference from maintenance that you were doing for the county and what you have to have here.
Right.
And we're still paying an MGM $20,000 a month. Those are
Oh, they're
supposed-
done now.
That's what I heard that a couple months ago.
They're done now.
I heard that a couple months ago. So.
But it, like I said,
What
it
tools,
wasn't
what
part of
tools,
you.
what tools did we not get for you that you asked for?
It's stuff on the fly, certain things that we needed, like the other day actually, we were told, no, we can't get it, don't spend right now.
Not from us.
It was from here in the office.
Well, Joe, this money situation just come up.
Yeah, like I said, we got told basically, don't do this and don't do that anymore, and I don't, with this whole thing with him, I've been upset about it because of the way he did it. What I meant, I agree with, I should say, let me rephrase that, was micromanagement. When one person, one board member can come in and talk to us and talk to anybody the way they want to and give orders and this and that, that's not right. It has to be you as a whole board, not one or the other.
Well,
That's what got him.
As a committee, we really are trying to help you, and we even came here and asked you about budgets and what you needed
Right.
and how much you needed, so we could give you the money to fix properly whatever the problem was.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, with this reason with him, I don't understand some of it, but I do agree with some of it. I mean,
Well, everyone seems to be wanting to push blame off on anyone else other than accepting that they might be part of the problem.
so, well, this is what he wrote, I didn't do it, I had nothing to do with it, and I'm still here. I mean, on the very first page in the second paragraph, actually, is a big thing right there. And yes, he was getting promised that he would get sent to class to get his OQ for gas and everything else, and every time the question arose, when am I gonna go, when are you gonna start sending me?
Okay, you're the
Yes, we'll work
supervisor,
at it.
you're the supervisor giving the report each month. I didn't know anything about that.
It just happened yesterday.
No, as far as him getting sent for certification and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's supposed to line all this up though, and then come to us, and we're supposed to help him.
I had another boss above me that gave me the okay, or no. With without getting the information and actually coming to you guys, when something happens like that and it needs to be, yeah, let's go ahead and do this, like I gave to you in my report, I'll be on there the 13th through the 15th. That was already set, that was already taken care of before the new board members came in. That was already planned. Whether I'm gonna go now or not, I don't know. That's gonna be up to you guys and if you can. But as far as the gas OQ lieutenant, he was getting promised, and getting promised, and
Where did the promises come from?
my advisor, or my supervisor,
Which is,
Tyra. She wanted to send him to get him over.
Well, I know we tried giving you more authority and even over your budget. But what you were asked to do was come to us with a plan.
Right, and I went over my budget, but Vern, I got text messages saying, go for it, I won't chew you up for it. So you wanna get going on that?
Which one?
On the pickup? Come on, I've been hearing about this stuff, you're hollering at me because I went over budget on that. Yes, I did. I didn't see that fire speed, I'm sorry. So what over budget have I been going on?
No, you haven't, I haven't complained about the truck. The only complaint I made about that truck is you using it for a daily driver. Point out whoever it is, because you're sitting here and trying to call me a liar.
What budget have I gone over?
Huh?
What budget have I gone over?
We
For
are-
one, I didn't know I had a budget.
I didn't say you went over it, did I?
Yeah, you just did.
You went over on the truck, but you brought that up.
Yes, I did bring that up, and I said it was an honest mistake, and I brought it up that night when we purchased it and told you guys. But what have I gone over?
Me and Carol both were in conversations with you on that.
Yes.
Where have you heard that I said anything bad about it?
Everybody around town.
I think what the concern is the cost associated with driving that truck. It should be something that's maybe driven only as necessity warrants it.
Which I told him that we should go to this junkyard, get rid of as much as we can, and try to find a Ford Ranger. And we talked
Oh,
about
I
that.
agree with you on that, yes.
What you're talking about the truck, the only thing I said on that was it can't be a daily driver. It's too expensive to operate a 3/4 ton truck to pick up trash.
So we're gonna run everything else with, that we have, run our tools, pick up the trash, stinky, wet, juicy stuff dripping inside the cab. That is our daily drive, that's why we got it. It needs to, yes, I mean, that's why we got it to be used, right? You want me to park it? I'll park it. I'll park it.
Okay, this comes back to the maintenance supervisor thing because
We got it to be used.
for what reason was it? We got it because of the plow on the front of it and it was big enough.
Why we got it? Because the white truck is, it's gonna die. You can go in there right now and look how big of a puddle it's been sitting underneath there.
Where is it leaking?
Everywhere, the main seal, around the oil pan, it's leaking everywhere.
There's not much difference in driving that white truck versus driving that black truck. They're both
Because
3/4
you're
tons.
putting too much money into
They're-
repairing it. A rear main seal will cost you have to drop the transmission out to pull the rear main seal. It's a tiny seal that's in between the engine block and the transmission. And that'll be way too much money to repair that truck. You're looking easily pulling a transmission, $1,500 to $2,000.
And we were talking about him getting it together so that he could sell the junk and get a decent, smaller truck. So that
Right
it
now-
wasn't that he was
No, no,
going
I'm
to
just
do
like,
that.
what
I was
you
just
do
finding
right
what the
now
cost would be to repair that truck.
with the truck, the white truck is crap, everybody knows that.
Well, there's times it's gonna have to be used, you know, it's gotta be logical, but you wouldn't use it just as a daily driver. That's the only thing I
But
said
if
about
there's
this truck.
nothing else, aren't you supposed to drive a daily drive?
That white truck, like I said, driving it versus driving that new truck, there's not much of a cost. They're both 3/4 tons. That white truck's just as bad on fuel. I don't know what the other
Yes,
truck's
you
like. It's just, if you were to scrap that one and a couple others,
SUV,
But,
and you
but
want me to
part
pick
of the
up trash
argument
in that?
everyone's
Get
missing
him-
is,
get
our
a Ranger
the
or
part
one of
that
them,
you're missing is our conversation was selling the junk and getting the smaller truck.
Yes, it
Even
was.
So what does that do for today? That's what I'm hearing. It's not solving today.
I'm willing to volunteer my time to help Joe find a truck somewhere or something smaller somewhere that can pull like a utility, the small utility trailer you guys have or something, you guys have a small one, I don't know what utility trailer you guys have. I can volunteer my time to help them find something that's.
I think even just having to run and pick up parts, you gotta run to Trinidad, run to Walsenburg.
When this truck first came up, I was wondering, I told council or somebody, why are we getting such a big truck? We need a half ton around here. Which is now we're coming up with that, we're going back now.
Yeah, we're going back now. Before it was, yes, we need to get a work truck. We need to get a good one. We need to get a heavy duty one, and that's what I got. And now it's coming back to why are we driving this? Why do we even have this truck then?
We gotta use it, that's it.
You're twisting the conversation.
I'm not. You're asking, why am I driving it every day? I need the truck to pick up trash and stuff. This white one is not dependable. It doesn't start out the time. The battery's dead. I don't know if it's the alternator or what. It's leaking from everywhere. And you want me to use an SUV to put all that trash in when it leaks all the stuff and everything?
I don't think we're suggesting that, I'm just thinking, he's saying like if you need to run and get, run errands, run to Walsenburg, run to Trinidad, something that's just a little bit more fuel efficient, that, you're not putting the wear and tear on that new truck. I mean, obviously, use the truck for what you need it for. No, it doesn't make sense to be putting leaking trash, into the back of an SUV. But, if you need to run,
Okay.
to get
Okay.
supplies and stuff, and you can get that vehicle by trading in some of the older, junk vehicles, getting that more fuel efficient, cost effective vehicle, I think is the point that we're trying to.
And I never told him to park the thing until that happens. That was the plan from the start. For him to get a truck that size, was to get rid of some of this junk that we got sitting up here.
Yes, it was.
And then get the truck. So that's what I had said.
All right,
I
let's,
would like to get rid of a lot of this stuff that we have around here because it's old and busted down.
It's the same conversation. It says,
sounds like we're on the same page, let's move on.
Now, how about the graders? Where are we at that?
You know what, I'll tell you what, if you want that grader up and running, the road's great, find somebody else to do it then, because the pumps are weak on there. As you're going, you can't lift up when you need to. You have valves in the ground, you have manhole covers. It leaks bad. We went through it that day with Carl. We had to put how many gallons of hydraulic fluid in? 7. 7 gallons of hydraulic fluid in because it leaks it out after you stop. How much transmission fluid? 5 gallons of transmission fluid. 2 gallons of oil.
Are you mad at all of us that you gotta yell? Or is it just me and him?
Well, we're not buying a new one, so.
I didn't ask to buy any one. I haven't asked for the machine at all.
There ain't.
I haven't asked for the machine at all. You guys asked me?
Now, how does the other, workers use it? I know they only used it up here by the ballpark, but they used it.
They use it by the ballpark. There's no valves and stuff there to lift up.
I use that blade all over town. This side, that side, all over the place. One, I'm used to running old junk. It's just something I've gotten used to over the years. Thank you. I still do it, It's just a trick and art of whatever the hell you want to call it. But it leaks like a sieve. It leaked like a sieve when we had it. It leaks now, I don't know. It needs a few seals. I knew that.
And the pumps are weak.
Pumps for it's still like a freaking, it's still a good grader. It is, but it's just.
Can I ask a question? So, you guys set up, because I'm kind of confused right now, partly because of Kenneth leaving and just the little bit I've heard. So were these committees set up to help? Or were they set up to micromanage? What are we doing?
Yeah, I tell you what, I was just told last week they had a committee. I didn't even know they had one.
No, they just chose one.
Yeah, we
Okay, see,
just
so I didn't.
formed them, we just formed them, so the purpose, as I understand it, is that all 6 of us kind of chose a committee to be on, and then we will hold workshops that we like to include citizens in the town in to get feedback on the committees, the respective committees. So there's the projects committee, the finance committee, and then what was the other one? The maintenance committee. And then that's where then we'll turn around and try to, engage our citizens in our town to get ideas, beyond of like what we're doing tonight, at regular meetings that we can go into further depth. So we talked about scheduling these committees and, well, the committees, we're doing work in the background on the committees, but the actual workshops, we're talking about doing, the second Thursday of every month, or second Tuesday, what'd you say?
Thursdays.
Second Thursday of every month, so anybody that wanted to, is it anybody that wants to show up from town can show up and sit with that particular committee if they have a concern? But
You have to be in downtown, because sometimes they make those distinctions, even though it's all the same. As long as we have an Aguilar address, are we good to volunteer?
as far as I don't know,
There's
Vern is the
tons
one
and
that.
tons of people in the foothills that want to help, that have Aguilar addresses.
Right.
So, the question, the rest of it is, I know it's not your style to micromanage, okay, if something, okay, but are you coming across like you're micromanaging or bossing around, is that where?
Before I got on council, I talked to him as a concerned citizen.
Okay.
It seems like he turns things around, he micromanaging and all this, but you can't, you give him advice, this and that. Not that he has to do it. But like him, I don't know, I talked to him a few times, this and that, and this, but
I understand now,
yeah.
I was getting a little,
Like, that Kenneth, I don't know,
You put it from the start with them when you told him and Jesse you didn't want them working because they weren't from Aguilar.
who?
Him and Jesse Pacheco, when we hired those two on, you told them boys that you didn't want them working there because they weren't
No,
from
I
Aguilar.
said,
Yes, you
we
did.
got some good people.
No, you didn't. You said you didn't want
Now,
them
Kenneth,
working there.
I
And you
didn't
said that was
think he
gonna
would
change when
last.
you got on the board. I
I
heard
didn't
you.
think Kenneth would last, because of it. There ain't nothing here for him. He's a young man, that other guy.
That's not for you to determine, okay?
Exactly.
That's not for you to determine
No, it
whether
isn't.
someone is
And the
gonna.
way you come out and start
wasn't
talking to
on
any of
council
us,
either.
that's not
I
right.
wasn't on council either. Was I on council?
No, the two times you
I
were
wasn't
and
on
one time
council.
after.
I wasn't on council.
And you know, the way you've been coming out and talking to any of us, even the ladies in the office, that's not right of you, Frank. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Vern, I owe you an apology, because you're right. I wasn't meaning this towards you. I wasn't meaning you were trying to micromanage. You have been trying to be helpful. So I will go on record and I will apologize and state that clearly. And I am sorry for that, because you have been trying to be helpful with us. I do appreciate that. Gerald, you have been, big time, thank you. Monica, thank you. Miss Adams, just the last couple of days and stuff, thank you. Mr. Romero, thank you very much. This is the one that's been having the problem right here.
Have I seen you in the last month?
No, you haven't, because you stayed
No,
late.
where,
But any other time you keep coming up, or you catch one of the guys, out, or Kenneth that was out there, or the other guy.
where did I catch the other guys?
I don't know, he comes in and told me,
When have I seen them?
and I gotta believe my employee.
Joe, can we turn this around, stop the argument, and figure out how to work it so you don't have to fight?
Amen.
What you need done so that
There's a lot that's gotta be done. I mean, we got this coming week. I have been,
the work in the park and all that?
the work in the park, plus there's meter reads that's gotta be done.
You
I
got
mean,
volunteers to come in to do that?
yes, and I do appreciate that, and I will give it to
I'm gonna
you.
be pulling all the weeds, just so you know, all the
And,
the
you know
platform
what?
for doing all that.
Jared has something for you.
Why, you want me to look at that old blade with you?
There you go.
We did, yeah, I mean, we already did, there was Mr. Barajas, Carl Schock that was there too. But like I said, we put 7 gallons of hydraulic in, 5 gallons of transmission, and 2 gallons of oil. And we're gonna have to put it back
Yeah,
in
we
again.
don't, we think we need to move on. We know that truck is
It's up
not
on the
viable
ledge.
anymore. We need to scrap it for parts or do whatever we need to do and move on. Like I said, if there's and maybe that's part of what the committee and the workshop can talk about, ways to figure out, to gather that inventory list of stuff that we can try to sell, generate some money for the town. Obviously, the town needs money big time, so maybe that can be part of the workshop.
Well, not only did we identify problems, we found solutions to them at the same time.
What about one of them little mini trucks?
That's what,
I mean, those are
Dude, that would be so nice right
just
now.
around Angler, one of them
Because
little
we
mini
could,
trucks.
like a UTV or something,
They're like the little Toyota trucks, they got the cab on the front with a little bed on the back.
That
I
would
don't
be
know what
awesome.
they technically
you
call
know,
it,
pick up trash stuff, that'd be awesome.
but them things, dude, they even come with little dumb
Anyways,
beds, and they're fairly cheap.
We would have to do like an auction if we're gonna sell this stuff, we can't just sell it, so
Yeah, so
I
maybe
guess I
that's,
can start getting stuff ready.
yeah, get an inventory list together of what you feel can go on the auction and present it at the workshop.
Joe, let me suggest one thing. That the white truck, just for, so we know, take it out to Gears and have him give you an estimate,
Yes, sir.
what it would cost. Because you auction that thing out, you're gonna get nothing for it.
Right.
But, and if it's too much money, we don't have to do it. But I would like to know what it would cost to stop the oil leaks.
Yes, sir. Okay.
It's a 350.
I'm willing to bid on it too, against yours, for what it would cost to fix it.
She's been
Well,
great mechanic.
you mentioned something about $2,000.
That was like a rough estimate, like I can give you an actual breakdown of it, Joe.
Okay, I will make it, let me know when you come up, I'll let you look at it, or I'll take it down to you, and then I'll still take it to yours and get it done. As far as like the issue yesterday, with the Department of Water Resources, with that lease at Angelo, it's been taken care of, so we're good there. It's been uploaded today, we're not gonna be in violation, we're fine, it's been taken care of. We have to mark down the Tree Hill Creek well as completely not active. I don't know for a reason if it was groundwater under the influence of surface water, or why it was completely shut down, but they came down, the Division of Water Resources came down, I took them to all the wells and the galleys, to make sure everything was copacetic, what route we were using was still online, and what we weren't were offline. So the 2 galleys and the Tree Hill Creek well have to be completely offline right now. Galleys we can't even hook up because they are surface water, we don't have the right filtration system for that. The Tree Hill Creek, if we want to get that up and running, I have to do more tests, but chances are it's probably still going to show up surface water under, or groundwater under the surface. The very west well, we were told it was shut down because it caved in. From what I understood, that one's the one that caved in, or the casing's cracked or
Well,
something.
at some point, the discussion was it needed to be re-drilled or
Re-drilled.
right?
Right, yes, sir. So they had an issue, almost the same thing like they do with the Trio Creek, it had an issue on. With that one, if we want to get it up and running, then a little bit of paperwork's gonna have to be done, but they're not gonna completely take it from us, basically.
Now you're talking about the very west.
Very west, so we don't have to do it now or anytime soon or anything. But with me filling that paper out, which I should have got to you guys and she emailed it, I'll print it out. Right now it's considered inactive, that with the Tree Hill and the galleys, so we can't use them whatsoever. Marisha was supposed to be up and running this week. Andrietta's had a few things come up. One of their trucks went down, their pump truck went down, so they couldn't get out too much. I know we definitely have to get that going because we are spending a lot of money hauling water up to Magoo's just for one house in Trinidad.
But your storage is good?
Storage is good. Everything's good. The tanks, I found out the hard way, I can't do a yearly or a 6-month tank inspection. I have to do a monthly tank inspection. State's requiring monthly tank inspection. So, gotta start doing that now as well with a bunch of other stuff. Lead and copper is finally compliant. I have 3 tests that has to be done. I'm trying to find out if it's 3 per well, or if I could just run the 3 tests for the 3 crump wells. They haven't gotten back, Lisa hasn't gotten back to me yet to let me know if that's what needs to be done, but it needs to be the fluoride, the nitrate, and the organics. And they get costly. So I'm hoping we can run just a set of 3 for all 3 wells and not individuals. And again, our chlorination machine went down. I did get one ordered because we have to have it. That's something that is a must. But in the meantime, I did find a neighboring town, Walsenburg, to lend us one until the sun comes in because they're about 3 weeks out. They're back ordered. So we do have it. It's working good.
Thank you for the courtesy call on that, by the way. I don't get my phone calls very much if I don't check my messages, but I do appreciate it.
Well, I was gonna go to Denver and get it that way. That one company had it, but they don't have us an account. We had to pay for it upfront, so that's when I stopped. And then I did call around in Walsenburg and they did say, yes, I've got what you guys can use, so. We need to get those big pumps going up at the sewer lanes, those big aerators. I mean, we need electric fix down there. They're gonna start their checking coming around, and it's gonna exempt us from a lot of stuff because we are evaporation. We're not like a lot of these other cities, and they have to do certain tests, monthly, quarterly. As long as we say evaporation, we're all right, and we are exempt from a lot of the stuff. But I've had Dominic from Colorado Water, as well as Craig Coulter, and some of the laws are starting to change, and we're gonna have to start doing stuff. Those big aerators play a big part on keeping everything moving and clearing it out and just keeping it fresh, basically, so that way the evaporation still keeps going. There's no power to it. If there is power, then I do believe somebody said one time, right before I started, that it was too much or something was wrong. I don't know if it's San Isabel's deal that we have to look at, or if we have to get somebody down there. That's not something that has to be done next month. I mean, we got time on it, but it's,
Okay, so the aeration for the sewer lagoons, I get, where are those? I don't even know what this
they're
is.
downtown road, I think, 56.4, 56.5, down towards the end. We have 3 different ponds, and like I said, we're set up for evaporation, which is good. We don't want to change. That's one thing that we've been stressed out with everything that's coming. Don't change the evaporation. Keep the 3 ponds out of evaporation. But anyways, we got 2 big motors in there. That when you do turn them on, they throw so much air through there that it helps kind of break everything up.
Right.
They've been down for quite a while. Derek, I don't know how long, for a while.
01, 02, Mark was in charge back then.
Yeah.
And it was part of this Evergreen deal, was supposed to come down there, rebuild them, because they run on big DC motors. They convert AC to DC off 3-phase. And Evergreen.
And how, I'm sorry, what, are you talking about
2001.
2001?
2001, 2002, that's when they put in that solar peak.
The last
Been
time
in there
I
ever
was
since.
here, I think people were using it. That was 2000, 2001.
Yeah,
So
you
that's
guys
the
used it
question,
when
I mean, is the technology evolved that where it can be solar or, you know?
No, we can actually, if we have enough power going into it, we can do solar there. Yes, ma'am.
So, and so you're saying this doesn't have to be done immediately, but it's on the punch list
Yes.
and stuff to be, okay, I would you kinda know what's going on, again, start pricing it out. You know, again, we need budgets, just as discussed, we need budgets, so start pricing out, you know, what we can do, and how much we can do at the moment.
Right,
but,
no,
you know,
that's why I said it doesn't need to be.
Let's start planning, you know, getting some plans in place.
We've got the solar bead down there in that house a little bit, but it's not a big deal. It just basically knocks the odor down, is what that is. So, oh, there you go, Mr. Byrne, I took your idea again. Truck needs tires. Oh, I found a set of tires over there and I used them. They were brand new sitting there. So I used them. Didn't cost us anything but the mountain balance. So there I saved on that. Guess that's pretty much it. Oh, there again, I don't know what the committees or who we need to talk to, but we've had a couple shut-offs for non-payment. And again, they're using their water and stuff. And this is different people, not the one that we've been finding. I went and shut them off, and we haven't seen them for 2 weeks now. And they're running water and doing good. And the last time I stepped foot on that place, I got threatened with shotgun.
Okay, I'm confused. We shut them off, but they're still running water?
They turned it on themselves.
Lock it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's meter locks.
There's meter locks, but when I can't fit in there,
I feel you on that part, that's why we kept it.
or it's too deep, and that's all I'm doing is dangling.
What about that thing they put on the house on Grimes? They put that metal cage thing over the water?
Oh, yeah, the Derek modified freaking water. That was a work of art right there.
Yeah, there's been a couple that's been turned off, and they turned it on themselves. So,
That's gives me something.
That is,
And they didn't pay.
That was a really good work.
and I do check to make sure, did they pay, and no, and they're still using it, and when I went over there, it was, I hope you can outrun a 12 gauge.
okay, can you provide us those names after the meeting of who's done that?
I think, how is the shut-off? Is it to where you could put a lock on it?
Yes,
Do we have any locks?
yes, but again, it's about that wide, you know. Some of them are deep, and I can't fit in them. And if I, like Kenneth, then he's head first, and his feet are dangling, he's got that much sticking out, some of them are deep, and, yeah.
And this kind of comes all back to code enforcement and having law enforcement in town, which we got the tables tonight. We have law enforcement here, I mean, if we had to call Los Angeles County, does go over there with the deputy? Could you get in there?
I can get in there with the deputy, it's basically it's a civil standby. I don't know if I'll have to.
Isn't that against the law?
What?
You need to trespass if it's on the inside of the yard?
It's not, well, it's not technically inside the yard, but it is on their property.
There's easements for that. Anytime you have a public utility, the main people that they have easements to get into the water and electricity and gas.
Is there, just as a quick question, is there a way, I don't know how each person is, but I know how some in the past have been, is there maybe someone that can mediate? Say, hey, you know, what can we do to find out, are these people just being bums and not paying their bill and they need to have their stuff shut off? Or is there something else going on? Like, we have had some people that said, you know what, I'm not paying for the water anymore. I'm, you know, like what we've had with Robert, but is there some way we can mediate that?
Yeah, I agree, because our water is terrible here, you know, and
And people are kinda
it
getting
makes
to
me
it.
angry that I have to go to Trinidad every month and buy water, because I can't drink the water here. So, I agree with that, but maybe that's something in the committees and the workshops again, that we can,
You do need to enforce when people aren't paying, but is
Right.
there something else going on
Sure.
within it when they're paying?
I agree.
This one in particular, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, can you, if not tonight, then the next day or two, give us that information? And then we can take a look at it, further discuss it.
And,
We need to keep, it's getting late, we need to keep pushing forward.
I do have one more thing though, if you guys don't mind.
Sure.
I do think we need to address and change our policy for new taps.
I agree, we need to be charging for a lot of things, I think, in this town,
I
and
do.
be generating income.
I do have one from the city of Walsenburg here, just for the gas. Like they charge $7.98 customer charge every month that they do, a delivery charge, gas supply charge, and that's a monthly deal that they get on their bill. I'm not asking to do that. I'm not asking to do that. What I'm asking to do is anytime we get the tap, a new tap, anybody, whether it's water, sewer, or gas. Trinidad, Walsenburg, Pueblo, Beulah, Westcliff, the customers pay for their taps, and their prices are right with us. They're not much of a difference, some a little higher, some a little lower. But they make the customer do all their own excavation. All of it. And the supply. We do the actual taps, the hookups. The customer does the rest. That would save a lot to the town.
Don't you charge $3,000 for each tap?
$3,000 for each tap. And like I said, you can call Trinidad, Walsenburg, you can freely call any of them.
So you don't charge extra for excavate when there's excavation required and stuff?
You average is $7,500 for a tap.
As far as I know, we just get supply everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a revenue
And
source.
if they want us to do it, then I'm suggesting like $50 an hour for the backhoe, $25 an hour for the operator, $25 an hour for every guy on the ground, for however long it takes, plus material. So if we have to pay like $7 a foot to get 100 foot of material and it's $700 for that, then we charge $13, $14.
Would that cover MGM's bill?
Yeah, it cover a lot of it. But I'm suggesting from this point forward that we actually have the landowners do it. Now, we've got some that are still need to be done, that we need to do.
That we need to do that because it's
Because
already
it's
been
already
agreed
been-
to,
yes.
agreed to.
It's already been-
Can we make a motion, can we file a motion right now
I
to start charging, or what
I
do we
don't know
need to
how
do?
you guys want it, how they can do that.
I think there's like resolutions and ordinances on that, so I think you would have to do something like that to change what they charge.
But I mean, it would actually be charging, and then, or they get their own to do it. And where that the taps come in, because they're paying for the taps, we actually do the taps, not the contractor or anybody else, the town of Bangor does.
Basically amend the resolution.
And the contractor do it all, because if they would cover any and all expense too, for materials, everything. Say the Trinidad, they dig through that brick through there, and then that brick's damaged, the owner's gotta pay for it to all get back, everything. That's their owner's expense.
So the town have to approve for the dig to be happening with the contractor, right?
Yep, and basically, they would have to be a licensed contractor. So now the existing problems, like yours, for instance, no, that's not on you, that's something that's already been done through the town in the years past, it just needs to be fixed. In the excess two taps that we have going on now, that's already been approved, we need to finish that and be there. Everything moving forward with new owners, new taps, need to be on them.
I agree, There's no reason why we should be absorbing those costs
And like I said, if they cut through the blacktop or cement, that's on them to get back.
to get it. Okay, thank you.
Joe,
Yes, sir.
on your report here, well, just one on this and one other question. On your water license, you need to be in Durango for 3 days to get your classes for a water license.
No, sir. If I didn't specify in there, I'm sorry. What I meant was, that one is for the wastewater. They are given on that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. On that Tuesday, it is given the water classes for the valves, high pressure, low pressure, because I've been finding that around town. There's been people calling saying their water's been fuzzy and impaired. Well, it has to deal with the high pressure and the low pressure on valves and the lines and stuff. So I wanna take that one on Tuesday, cause it's strictly water, and it helps me. I mean, I've got my water license, I don't need to go get another one right now, but it just helps with my education. And then the Wednesday and the Thursday is all wastewater, and I will actually have a printout for you and what they give, and I think I can either take it that day, that Thursday, or within the following 3 weeks, and have it.
Let's see, and then you're asking for, you're saying here that you were promised a $3 an hour raise?
$1 when I got out of probation, and then $2 additional when I got my water license.
Who promised that?
Tyra.
Another board approved stuff like that.
I know, that's why I hadn't asked him this whole entire time, and then I figured now I just did. I figured now with me being back to myself.
Yeah,
But that's why I said, please take it into consideration. I didn't say it had to be done, or it had to be done tonight or anything.
yeah, and I'm giving a lot of credit for that you're the only one right now. Last question for me. Whenever you got paid for the state 7/10/24, did you turn in 140 hours for a 2-week period?
For this one, 7/10/24. I don't know, was it 140 hours stuff?
I think that's when you look for the truck and all that.
Okay, yeah, it was all the driving back and stuff to Minnesota.
How many
That
hours
was-
did it take you? It's like on the Mac, or on the thing, 15 hours.
On the thing, 15 hours, so let's see, I flew out on Sunday, okay? I didn't get to the motel till 6 o'clock that night. Time stopped. I got up, left in the Uber, went to got the truck, couldn't fill up, I had to sit around and wait. No money on the card to fill up. I didn't get a chance to leave till after 2 o'clock that afternoon. Then I drove quite a ways, I drove as much as I can, I drove till about 10 o'clock at night. And then I got back up at 4 and drove home, and I got home about 5, 6 o'clock. Roads were shut down, I had to go detours. So yeah, that's,
15-hour drive, and then
it turned in almost 30. I mean, if this is gonna be a problem and stuff, then, I'll walk away right now. I mean, I'm not trying to start anything, guys,
I'm asking questions, and
You are. I'm just saying,
because you think you got us, because you're.
I don't think I got it.
out here.
I don't think I have to, I'm just saying. If this was gonna be a problem to start with,
I don't care.
this was gonna be a problem to start with, then I should have been told, no, let's stick something around here, let's do this, let's do that. Because I did ask everybody for guidance.
I asked how come there's 140 hours, that was all.
And it was driving, and a lot of it was driving, and then getting back, mosquito spraying, working weekends.
Okay.
I mean, when,
Well, this is
especially
something
the
you said
weekends and
the
stuff.
time clock would fix, right? I mean, because that would help not only the employees to be able to show the time they're coming in and out, but also to have a record of when they're here and, because we had to do the same thing and turn in any driving, mileage, anything like that, but.
That wouldn't fix this.
He's mobile, he has to have something mobile.
But I mean, like now though, I'm not getting the hours, that was at one time. I'm not getting the hours, I'm not getting 120, I'm not getting 100.
I used to drive, and I know that I didn't get paid for travel time, and I was wondering how you came up with 140 hours. That was the question.
So,
I didn't.
so I did all this for 3 days and no travel time, no driving, is what you're saying, I shouldn't have marked down time?
All I asked you was how you came up with 140 hours.
Because 72 hours is 3 days, I think that's why he was trying to figure out where the numbers were adding up. And it's not because of you, it's because there's been so many problems with
Right.
finances,
And
and that's why everybody's kind of.
I started my time when I left, I didn't start it when I got up and got ready, I didn't start it when I was sleeping or eating or any of that stuff. it was basically all driving, waiting around.
Derek?
I just wanted to point out, remember all them years of us complaining, you know, the CML classes, we couldn't, or the water classes, Virgil getting kicked out of his room because there wasn't no money on the cards and all this other stuff. I understand where you're coming from. I got you. It's stuff that we dealt with for 12 years of bullshit. There's money, and then there's no money, and then there's this, that. I feel you, man. It sucks. Just wanted to throw that out.
Vern, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to argue with you here. I'm sorry.
I just asked how the hours, I cleared.
Like I said, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to argue with you either. I'm tired. I said, I had help, but he's not here on the weekends, he quit yesterday, he wasn't here the week before. It's been me for the last month and a half. Any more questions?
Thank you, Joe. Office report.
Turn down your volume on the mics.
Oh, yeah, guys. It's a long meeting.
Oh, and I won't be here tomorrow, I'll come in and do the chores and make everything good, but I'm taking tomorrow.
Anything? Okay, good. Jack, report.
You already did it, yeah.
Project report.
I did put that on there.
Any project report?
We have committee meeting.
Okay, very good. Okay, audits.
Audits, woo-hoo!
There we go.
So, I, talked to Frank's, referral from his daughter, first before I called Robert Half and Associates, who is the, agency basically that's contracted the gal Priska to be working on our audits. So I talked to him first, and, he didn't have a lot of information, and I don't know if he's gonna be able to help us, because he is working again now, and there might be some conflict of interest. But working with Stephanie and Sarah, I had them pull the total amounts that we've paid out to Robert Half and Associates, which since February is $95,000, with another $30,000 owed. And Priska is telling us that another 2 to 3 months to complete these audits. And obviously I have big issue with this. So I called Robert Half this morning and talked to, the agent that's overseeing Priska, and told her I spoke with Priska, and that for the $95,000, we have absolutely not a single deliverable. We have not one single audit that has been completed or filed. And she said even when you spoke with her, you know, a week and a half ago, she didn't give you anything, and I said, no, she did not. And, this contract that was, put in place, again, by Tyra, we are contracted to pay this gal 40 hours a week, whether anything is being done or not, and the contract is for $5,000 a week. And Tyra extended it in May, okay? So I didn't want want to, without talking to council, you know, getting it out to the public, immediately halt this. We have a meeting set up for Monday or Tuesday. I needed to talk to Sarah and Stephanie to see if they were available, and talk to Monica. She's on the finance committee with me, to be on this call on Monday or Tuesday, and it may even involve having to bring an attorney in to help us negotiate this bill and maybe get some of this back, considering we have absolutely nothing completed, and we have paid this exorbitant, ridiculous amount of money. And she's telling us it's still gonna be another, 2 to 3 months, and that for additional cleanup on the books, that it would probably be another 6 months to get everything cleaned up. Yeah, so really, at this point, everything hinges and comes back down to these audits. It's this circular, hell that we're in right now, because the town has no money. We can't get any money without the audits being completed. And so we're looking, in executive session, we can't, obviously can't go into that, but we're looking at funding sources to do some things that will get some money released right away. And then the funding should start coming in. Obviously, getting these completed, the audits completed is #1 priority, because it's gonna open up so much. I'm doing my best, folks, I really am. I am researching, I'm on the phone, I'm trying to find somebody local, or at least like from Pueblo or Denver. This gal Priska's up in Canada, of all places. So, I don't know, you can work remotely from anywhere now, but I really question her competency and whether she should, the fact that she can't deliver anything. There was some stuff that happened at the last meeting that a lot of you weren't here. As I understand it, she found some adjusting journal entries, one in 2019 for $400,000 that she cannot tell me why it was done at this point, which I don't understand why she can't be explained. Any bookkeeper or CPA should be able to look at that entry and, once they dive in, figure it out, either get rid of the journal entry or make another correcting entry. So there was a $400,000 entry made in 2018 and a $500,000 entry made in 2019 that they're kind of claiming is throwing all of these numbers and things off in the books, okay? And the fact that she can't correct it so it started in February, so we're talking 6 months, to make a couple of journal entries to get, to figure out what that balance is. That's what I'm questioning, and we're gonna go over all of that on Monday, with Robert Half. Monica and I picked up a bunch of financial information yesterday, just to get kind of the most recent snapshot of what's going on in the town's books. And I'm seeing even more issues than previously. All of these bank accounts and stuff that I have do not align with anything on these balance sheets. So, I've got a pension fund here from InBank, but on the balance sheet, it shows a pension fund from Bank of the West. There's certain things that you do in accounting that's a lot of CPAs and bookkeepers will do, is that, you identify the name of your account with the last 4 digits of the account number. And that's how it comes on your bank statement. It shows the last 4 digits of your account number, whatever you're dealing with. None of that matches on the balance sheets. And I just don't know this software enough to be able to get in there. So that's probably one of the next steps that Stephanie and Sarah and I talked about, is trying to sit down and dive further into that software and see if we can learn, if I can learn a little bit more to get a better, you know, because looking at this piecemeal, so I see what's in that computer and I see what's in that software. My guess, it's still just a big guessing game, of what's going on. We've also talked about, updating the software. The software that we're currently on is an antiquated software. So we're looking at some other options like Sage and QuickBooks. And even if we have to get a plug-in to do utility billing, you know, if those two programs can't handle utility billing, we can look at some other softwares that we could plug in that integrates with one of those new, one of the newer softwares. You know, other than that, I don't have a lot more to report. I'm just in pretty much total disbelief that it's this bad.
Thank you for taking it on from all of us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. We're trying to find solutions. We are. Please be patient with us. We are trying to address it. There's just, it's absolutely overwhelming at this point. It is completely overwhelming. And I do still have a full-time job and have to put food on my table too. So I am trying to.
Do you need volunteers for that? I know several people in the room.
And that's what we could talk about for sure, at the workshops, you know. You know, I know there was a few other people that were, you know, had, financial backgrounds that applied for the seat I'm sitting in. If any of those people wanted to show up, I mean, believe me, I'm all ears at, you know, what we can do. And I mean, there's certain things too that I want to do. I mean, this town is hurting for money. There's, you know, things I wanted to address tonight that we can start bringing in further revenues into the town to try to relieve some of the stress. But you need the money to make the money, you know? It's one of those situations. So that's kind of where we're at right now. As soon as I have more information, you know, I'll share it with everybody as I get it. I still can't really make a whole lot of sense of this, you know, when I'm getting bank accounts with, you know, account numbers that don't match anything, and the balances don't match either. You know, I'm looking at the June 30th closing balances, which doesn't align with anything, or I'm sorry, the May, and I even looked at the current reports provided, and even the closing balances for some of these checking accounts and loan accounts that I can't really identify on here. And if it looks like it might be the match, then the actual balance doesn't match. So it's tough. That's all I can say at this point. I'm working on it.
We appreciate that. We appreciate all the work you guys have.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your efforts.
You're welcome.
Okay,
No, it's on the agenda.
air right to vote.
We went over that last, what brought it back up, last meeting, it was said, about his right to vote. They came up with a section in the ordinance that read the same as the town meeting, for the state numbers. Let's see. It says the mayor has full right to vote on every issue. Has the right to vote on every issue, but I'm trying to find the right paragraph. And every time that comes up, I can't find the right paragraph. Okay, on the mayor, it says, section 2, the mayor of the town shall be elected, serve a term, but on D, it says, except as may be required by statute, the mayor shall exercise only such powers as the trustee shall specifically confer upon him or her. And it's ordinance 207 for 2014. But then the mayor came up with they came up with an ordinance that's the same as the state law that gives the mayor full right to vote on everything. But this one section gives us the right to vote, to limit the mayor's power to just vote for, to break a tie. And we did take that vote, and it was 5-1. But then at the meeting there the other day, we got to, on approving it, it came back up, it said the mayor has the right to vote. So it needs to be recorded correctly.
You know, if ordinance 207 is, it's not on the books here. Sarah looked it up. So what ordinance are you referring to? It's not on the books, right, Sarah? We didn't see it.
I showed you on your computer, Bob, where it's at. It's,
I know where it says on the computer, but if you look in the ordinance book, it's not in there.
well, that's the ordinances that they got posted online.
So you're just saying there isn't a physical copy in the book?
There
So
isn't a
it needs,
physical
so it
copy.
needs to be just printed offline, put in the book, is what you're saying?
Well, we have to figure out where we get it from, because
That's our digital copy of the ordinances, isn't it? That's been codified that we pay for?
the thing is, what you read states ordinance 207. What Sarah showed me was ordinance 215 dated 1993. So which one are we going with?
This
207?
one's dated 2014, so I would think it'd be the newer one, and even the state ordinance, the CRS, reads that the mayor will have full right to vote unless the town has an ordinance
Yeah,
that
I've
gives
read
us
it.
the right to limit it.
I read it, but reading what was in the books isn't jiving. I know what you're saying, and I read it too. But in looking for ordinance 207, they don't have it. I don't know where they're gonna get it from.
That's our ordinance, is what we got online.
You're saying it's posted on the Town of Aguilar website as an ordinance?
I mean, that one also says that our meetings are at 9 a.m. on Wednesdays.
It's under administration and
None of the
personnel.
rules, Joe, and half the time that you'll hear stuff made up that didn't match, so, yeah, this is gonna be for a long time.
I just want to say that whoever was working on the website wasn't an employee from the town. It was actually somebody from the mercantile that was doing it. And then when they left, Sarah started taking over the website. So where she got the information she put on, I'm assuming from Tyra, but I don't know where it wasn't Tyra or any of this. So what's on the website might be inaccurate, is my point. And it wasn't, I believe it was Aaron Downey who was doing it for a while.
Yeah, one more expensive updates and maintaining an accurate website. Okay. So what are we doing on this? What do we?
This is in the books online, and it's dated 2014, the other one's dated 93. We voted, and we took the mayor's power to vote away from him. I'm asking that that stands.
Can it legally stand that way? Do we have to update an ordinance, or does the motion to do that cover it?
He says if we have an ordinance, which we do, then we have the right to vote to limit the mayor's power to vote.
And so that this is a local ordinance or a state ordinance?
The one that's local for the one that I just read on 207, it's a state ordinance and a town it's a state CRS and it's a town ordinance. that says that the mayor has the right to vote, which was done in '93. Then 207 came out in 2014, which gives us the right to give him the power to vote. And that's what we voted on.
Yes, we did, and that's binding with the state ordinance. We don't have to update our local ordinance. It's binding.
The state gives us the direction that we could, that he has the right to vote, but if we have a town ordinance that gives us the right, I must be explaining things wrong tonight.
It's stated, ordinance will have to be done according to the CRS.
This ordinance is done according to the CRS. The CRS gives the town the option to have this in here to give us that power.
And then you guys voted on limiting his powers, limited them, it passed, and that should have
And
been
then
entered
next
into the book
meeting,
at
it
that
was
point.
just shot down like we didn't vote.
It's that easy. Got a question?
Sorry, I think we do have to do a resolution or an ordinance to fix it. Then you can vote to change it, but then we have to get an attorney to write up a new ordinance or resolution, and it has to be signed and adopted. And also, Mr. Bourne, just, that was a good thing you did bring up, is we never did get the codification done because the board never voted on that, which is something that probably needs to get done with that codification that we have been trying to bring to the board for over a year, but it just keeps getting tabled. And it hasn't been put back on the agenda, but that would be something probably that we really need to do.
And what
because-
all does that entail?
So basically, we hire a company, they come in, they take all of our ordinances we have, update our municipal code books. I mean, we have several books laying around, but I don't know which one is.
Is the most current?
Yes.
Okay.
And you'll look at one, look at another, nothing matches, so we basically need to hire a company to come in, modify everything, update it. And the board was gonna vote on that a while back, but then Hyra said she was gonna talk to somebody to do it maybe for free, and
Never happened.
which I think you get what you pay for, so.
Can we put that on the agenda for the next meeting?
The state of Colorado literally has everything for you, like he's saying. The state of Colorado, for every town in the state, depending on what type of government you have, it's all right there on the state of Colorado
But
website.
can the town adopt ordinances that differ from the state, though?
To a degree, yes.
It doesn't differ from the state.
But it doesn't, and it's not differing from the state. It literally says in it, if you, it's one line.
Okay.
You have the right to limit your mayors.
Mayor, okay.
Which in this case, he needed to be limited.
Right, okay. So,
And so you guys voted on it, he was limited, that should have been
so
the end.
then, at that point, then administration should have sent that over to the attorney to finalize it and put it on our.
You don't need an attorney to finalize that. I don't know why everybody keeps wanting to hire somebody else to do the stuff that's already in place for you.
If somebody knew how to write an ordinance legally in office, I guess we would.
It's literally how we got it from the fucking.
Basically, when they would do ordinances, resolutions, whatever the board voted on, whatever resolution they needed, Tyra had been sent it to our previous attorney, Mr. Hyatt. He would draft it up, send it back, bring it to the board, and they sign it. So you can change it, it just needs to be.
Yeah, I guess, forgive me, because I'm still learning all this, so I just don't know, I mean, if legally, if we have to have the attorney.
You can just read the ordinance, it'll tell you. The state ordinance says, and I didn't download the state ordinance. It says the same thing as the 15 does, with the exception, the state says that if we have an ordinance that allows us to limit the mayor's vote, then we could do that by a majority vote. And I don't know how come a majority vote would have to go to an attorney, or how come we have to go over this 6 times.
Right, when according to you and several other people in the room and state, we've done what we needed to do, and it should be finalized as is.
Yes.
I'm good with that, so unless someone else has an objection to it, then I just don't know enough about it, I don't, about Mike.
I'll get y'all 3 copies of them tomorrow.
All right, let's move forward. Remote day working.
Is anybody working?
Remotely working. It was set up during COVID, right? I believe. And now we're out of COVID and we have offices up here. And that's, I just wanted to have people, we pay them to work in the office, they need to be here in the office, and remotely working doesn't really, we don't need them.
So nobody's working remotely right now?
So last week they were.
They were in the office?
Not last week, not very long ago, they were remotely working because the office with the whole building was closed down for 3 or 4 days. And the thing was that whenever you call up, we're working remotely today, and they were answering their phone at home.
Yeah, I do remember that. And I know that phone calls were made to the town and that weren't being answered, at that time either. So I would just say, you know, you would need to file a motion that, you know, working remotely needs to be approved by the board if somebody needs to be doing that, you know, if there's a medical condition or, you know, otherwise there's no remote working unless it, you know, gets approval.
Unless it's approved by the board.
Work remotely, do we pay the internet for the employees' homes? We don't pay any of that. So you just go home and forward the calls to your house.
It's a cell phone, I believe.
It's the home, then
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just- I don't see where that's needed, but.
Well, I just motion that if any remote working is needed, it must be approved by the board before requested. Yeah, it has to be requested and approved by the board. Okay, I'll second it. That's your motion?
Well,
My motion, then I second it.
Madam President?
Yes.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Barajas?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
Yes.
Mr. Flynn?
Yes.
Safety Aguilar Days.
We covered that a little while ago, it was, the fire departments were hanging up the tree branches.
Okay. Office employee wages.
I think we need to table that for now with knowing everything that we know.
It wasn't about a raise, I was,
Oh, okay, all right, well, I'm sorry, no, go ahead, I mean, in some, go ahead, then.
I'll drop it, I would drop that one.
Okay. MLA documents.
Okay, that brings us to Tyra. Has, the FMLA, documentation been provided?
Sorry.
Do you have any documents on her? Anything, do you know if Donald received anything as far as, the document that she did for the FMLA?
June 21st.
Okay, this is hand filled out. Didn't you say there's supposed to be, that's different forms, there's supposed to be correct forms or not? Those are not the correct forms. Here, let Vernon see them. I mean, it's supposed to be official documentation from the state, right? That's just a hand filled out form and that date could be anything.
This isn't FMLA. What would happen is, you would get a copy of the FMLA from Tyra, but the state would follow up and send a PDF also. And it would, I don't know, I didn't really read much of it, but it's saying she gets to take off 12 weeks.
I just took FMLA not too long ago. I will bring you the form that were given to me by my employer.
It wasn't these.
No.
Yeah, so I don't know where she got these, or it's not the right number for the federal form, and it didn't come in the way that the state does it, because, and we paid her.
Paid.
FMLA pays, it's like going on unemployment, they pay the wages. So if she was on that, she shouldn't be paid.
But they only pay you what you have already in. So if you have, no, and I'm good, because I did mine. They only pay you what you have as far as your sick time. You use your sick time first. So they pay you that. If you run out of sick time and you have then regular time or, vacation, then they go into that. But they do the sick time first. And I will bring you the form tomorrow.
Yeah, and what they told me was they give 90% of your pay, and you're probably correct. I didn't ask them about how they done that part of it, but her vacation days was under question anyway, because she took 8 hours off for the remote leave, and for a 8-day vacation, she took 8 hours off of her vacation time, which should have been 64. So the whole thing was messed up.
So then I would just say right now, if anything, or I would ask, or if anything, don't release any more payments.
No, well.
Yeah, and then there's some instructions there, but can we get a copy of that?
Got back.
I'm sorry, Monica, I didn't hear what you said.
I said I'm asking the board, or the council not to make any more payments.
Well, I mean, at this point in time, we have not been provided the correct paperwork for this leave. And so I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, we need to put her on unpaid administrative leave and then have a hearing.
I
Is that
thought
correct,
you
Lauren?
said you were gonna call it abandonment.
Well, I don't know that we can because according to
I'll give
Ken,
you a copy of this to read.
that it's an appointed position. So I don't think we can.
But she's not administrator anymore. You guys voted.
Yeah,
to
but
keep
clerk
her.
is still an elected position.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm wrong.
So at this point, I think, do we have to make a motion to do this, to put her on unpaid leave?
We need to talk to an attorney. We need to have an attorney put the document together. Works for services, his name's Steve Doherty, and I'll talk to him. You what?
As long as you have one in mind, that's fine.
I call him and see what he says. He's been kind of advising me through this anyway.
Do we have to need to make a motion for that?
I don't know.
But
Do we need to make any motions around this or?
she's just make a copy so that you can see the process of what we're supposed to do.
And I can talk with my HR tomorrow to ask exactly what can be done, or is it any different because she's appointed?
We need to read this. It's going to be section 2-35, removal of town officers, bottom of the first page, and the complete second page. And if you call Buckner on his way out, he's made a remark about this.
I was just gonna ask you that, is that where this came in from?
Yeah. After he blamed me for everything.
You had big shoulders, man.
Been a crap day.
Martin, you're not the only one that created the hostile work environment.
Damn it, I want some sort of credit here.
Can you arrest him?
So we just push on then, and so you can talk to the attorney?
What his suggestion was that we put her on administrative leave and do it in 30-day increments, 30, 60, and 90. And in that time, have lawyers write up what we need for this to present it to her, because she has to have a hearing on this. You know, and this explains how you have to make the charges, which charges aren't the problem. And then we have to, she has to be served the charges. Notify the time and place of the hearing, and shall be served upon the accused at least 15 days before the day of the hearing. And then it tells you the hearing, the decision, the appearance by her counsel, what's going to happen during this, and then we'll come all the way down to the decision. And even after the decision, she has the right to appeal. It's hard to get rid of an appointed official.
And
If we do it any other way, then that will go to suit, and she will win. You do it that way.
Unless you have evidence, which there's loads of the malfeasance, of all, everything. That goes, because I used to do those hearings when I was an HR manager. And you have all that, they are not going to rule, against the employer in those cases. You have loads of evidence, you're not gonna lose a hearing.
If you use the magic word employer, we're technically not her employer.
Right, but you know what I mean, when they go to the hearing, you're
Pattern
representative.
practice.
So
Better to
we
be
have-
safe than sorry, though.
We'll talk to an attorney
Yeah.
and do it right. But what we can do tonight is just put her on leave and give her no access to the building.
Okay, so do we have to write something up for that temporary leave?
I believe and I could call the guy in the morning and ask him, but I'm under the impression that we could make a motion, put her on leave, and we have to serve the papers within 15 days of the hearing. It's the only thing I see as a time limit.
So, I mean, we're a ways away from even having a hearing at this point, so you said we could do temporary leave in increments of 30 days.
Take us up to 90 days to get this straight. But we can't keep her on a leave, an administrative leave until then.
When you guys take her on administrative leave, how can you guys remove her remote access to everything, bank accounts, everything, if she's the main provider? Because if you're putting her on administrative leave, she cannot touch nothing of the town, nothing.
Right, we've already started trying to restrict some access. Did you guys
We
talk
had
to
to change locks on the doors.
Yeah, did you guys talk to IT?
Changing locks is easy, as trying to get them to not get on the computer.
Because she even has probably appointed an authority on bank accounts
Yeah,
to.
we've discussed that as well. Vernon and I were discussing that earlier. And the fact that Donald's not here anymore, and maybe, Gerald and one of the board members having to go, because you're on the bank accounts, correct?
Yes.
So it will come down to Gerald and another board member, or Sarah.
To change the bank accounts, let's go take a copy of the minutes of the meeting where we vote to add someone or take them off. And that's the only way the bank will do that. We just went through it not long ago this week.
Okay, so are you gonna make the motion for her administrative leave then?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to have her on administrative leave.
I'm sorry?
I'd make a motion to put her on administrative leave.
With or without pay?
I would say without.
I'll second it.
There, we have 30 days was the first.
Yeah.
30
You need
days
to do it
first.
30 days, 30, 60, and 90.
Mayor Pro Tem? Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Barajas?
Yes.
Ms. Geminic?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
Can I ask a question first? Does she get to use all her sick leave and vacation before we cut funds off?
And that was going to be an issue because, well, she gets used, we definitely have to pay her for her vacation. And if it's a sick leave like that, how many sick days does she get?
Right now, she doesn't have any sick time left, and I think she has roughly 3 weeks of vacation left. So I've already paid her the last 2 pay periods of sick leave and some vacation. Sick leave is gone, and now she's just down to about a little over 3 weeks of vacation leave.
Whenever we got into this deal about figuring vacation time, and I don't know how you guys want to do it, it's come up a couple of times. We gave her 8 days vacation. She claimed she's working remotely and only took 8 hours off.
She didn't use any of it at all. For that was a mistake, number one, on the paperwork, but then she did his work from home for the 8 days. She submitted a timesheet showing she worked remotely from home with SGM and then doing stuff on the augmentation pump. So she didn't use any other vacation for that incident you're talking about.
I don't believe it.
Augmentation pond that doesn't work.
Well, Ken did say that he
was not
directly working with it. He did say that he did.
She said to him that she was on vacation, can prepare the agenda. Which is it?
She turned me about and dragged over to the attorney because she couldn't do the agenda in time because she was on vacation.
We have the video.
I remember it, I saw it, but I'm just saying, Ken did say that he was working with her.
Okay, safety wise.
But that was
Ken got us sued.
Trouble on this. She started with 169 hours, and she herself said she took 1 day. It leaves 161 hours.
Yeah, I saw your video. I mean, I agree with you there. I'm not Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, I saw the video, I do agree with that, you know, I did hear what she said. You know, how do you expect me to get that done when I just got back from vacation?
Oh,
So
okay, yeah,
did say
that's
that.
okay.
But I'm just saying, you know, Ken did say that he had been, talking to her on the phone, during one of, but it's been, what, 2, 3, maybe 3 meetings ago? 4 meetings ago?
She's been gaming the system for so long that she does a meeting in her house for 5 minutes and she will bill that for a whole day.
Well, I kind of think
And since all these questions are coming up, she did say she took 8 hours. So it would leave her with 161 hours and just get it through.
Well, if she's using the phone, pull the phone record. You can tell who would, you know, if she was doing any kind of, off or work.
So you guys can vote to put her on unpaid leave to investigate.
Give her the hours.
Oh,
because
good
it's-
point.
You can't, they could vote to pay her on unpaid leave to investigate her hours and all that stuff. I worked
Lots to
corrections, when we did something, they would put us on unpaid leave to see if it was true. And if they found out that we did nothing wrong, then they had to back pay us. But if you were found guilty, then that was a whole different ballgame.
Yep.
I vote yes.
And I didn't see that in this because the elected official is what gets us. That's how come there's a page and a half here for us to go to the attorney with. And I'm sure they're pretty well close, but there are different rules of doing this.
Your vote
Your vote.
on the motion. On your motion. So, okay, so now we're down to recycling.
We're down to audits, financials,
We already went through that.
available funds. We know that answer?
Yeah.
It's not just me.
Could it be stated for the public available fund?
She said, can it be stated for the public what the available funds are?
I don't know, if you guys know more than I do, can I state it?
Yeah.
Most towns state it at the beginning of the meeting.
Nothing. No, that was as of 6:30. I don't know what the current balance is, and I don't know what I'm allowed to say because of the executive session, but I'm telling, the town is hurting. We're spending more than we have, and so, that's.
The general fund, you talked about that, and it's not executive.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just it, you know, there's funds going into the general fund that shouldn't be in the general fund. That's really all I can say about that, and so that's, you know, where the overspending is happening, where we're spending money that we shouldn't be spending on things we shouldn't be spending it on. And it's just, there's so much reimbursement and funds that we have coming to us that are all pending these audits. So again, it just goes back to that vicious circle of we have to get these audits done to get the cash flow coming in again. From all these different sources that we, reimbursements and, you know, everything that's owed to us.
So we can move on.
This recycling.
Zero financial concerns.
Can I ask one question before you guys move on? You had made a comment about Donald is no longer here. Can you clarify that? Did he resign? Is he done?
I don't think so.
Just for the night.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure, because she had made a statement saying that that he's no longer, I just wanted to clarify, that's all.
He had something going on, I think, with his children down in Texas or something. He's out of town.
I remember watching him on the news. He had no financial concerns. I remember that.
That's the thing. There's a vote coming up, so that situation will be.
Oh, shit, yeah. You're gonna need it.
A donation. What about recycling? One last thing, guys.
It's a contract they sent us to do, and we're paying $1,094.40 for that a year. And the price is going up. And we're not collecting it from it. So we're getting that.
It's their benefit, they get everything out of it.
Yeah, everyone else gets it, and the town pays for it, and we don't.
I mean, I use it, I do, and it actually irritates me that we don't have plastic recycling down here.
There's not one of them bins that's plastic.
Nope. I use it pretty much weekly, I do.
So what all do they take?
Cans, so tin, aluminum, clear glass, colored glass, and then newspapers.
You won't take cardboard, and you won't take plastic.
Is there any other recycling company around this area, do you know?
There's not even recycling in Pueblo. Like, the Pueblo area.
Yeah, there is.
No, I called for his house. They don't.
Not that to pick up, I mean, but I take my plastic, that's where I take my
Well,
plastic.
yeah, to take it to Pueblo, yeah, but they don't offer any of the totes or anything like that.
Cardboard recycling program, they have a place up there.
Can you maybe just look into that a little bit more? Are they, do they want us to sign a contract like immediately, like yesterday kind of thing, or?
I don't think so, I think we have time to sign it.
Okay. Can you maybe just look into that, or maybe I can, take a look, see if there's any other options? Yeah, it's irritating, gotta grab the trouble just to make my plastic.
Okay, any questions?
Oh, your plastic, yeah, I've done that too, but I feel all weird going into Walmart, and, like smuggling in plastic to dump in their bin, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Yeah. I've done it before, but just like little amounts, and I try not to buy good plastic, but I do feel weird about.
So we're gonna table this one?
Yeah, I would say just table it, and let's look into it a little bit more, it's obviously not the most pertinent thing on the agenda. I need to call it, and like bird.
Gets worse before it gets better. You know?
Thanks, guys.
Going outside for a few, gotta see people.
Correspondence then? Approval of the bills.
We're almost done here. Approval of the bills. Appreciate you guys being in here. Thanks for those thumbs up.
The council actually is consulted on the bills before they're paid.
I agree with that.
I
second.
Oh, go ahead.
We second that.
You want either the council or
The motion to
Well, I just said,
approve the
how
bills
many,
before they're
how often you
paid.
guys?
As it is
go?
now, they pay the bills and then the board approves it.
I do probably.
That's backwards.
Every other week, so, I would say either Monica or I.
Most towns do it by the council. The town actually, they schedule their payments, so you've got a contractor board here. You tell him, well, it's got to go to the board for approval before it gets given to them.
Right.
And then you're going to end up with bills that are recurring, like the gas and water, things like that, that you could, there's some of them you could just.
Yeah, I can see how we could get that done, so let's do the vote on it.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Rojas? Yes. Ms. Gilman?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
yes.
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
Anyone on the table want to adjourn?
I motion to adjourn.
We're gonna adjourn, guys. Get you guys outside. She got that set. I want to see what else set up over here. So there's us.
Yeah, it's like they signed up with Blue Book to start checking values of trucks or something. Right, so it's like they signed up for some sort of subscription.
Let's head outside, guys. Shoo, long night. Tomorrow's my birthday, y'all. I'll be getting it done. Yeah, that's the one that was on Facebook over there, yep. Cops are out of here, boy. They're left for the quickness. All right, Tranquil, so be safe, bro. Appreciate you, Gerald. Have a good night, bro.
You too, buddy.
Yeah, I like those. Alright. That was a good meeting. Oh, thanks, Huntington. Yeah, it was a good meeting. Thanks, John. So, everybody's gonna do their little after talking here and whatnot and be on their way. Yeah, Trincosa's out of here, bro. They both left with a quickness. There he goes, right there. They was bored of shit, just sitting there. So, but anyways, guys, that's it. I appreciate you guys all being here. Shout out John Denicola. He's been helping make a lot of this shit happen. Shout out you people right there. You know, all the citizens that are here standing up. Couldn't do it without you guys. We appreciate you. And we'll catch you on the next one.